Alrighty, people. How we living? How we feeling? It's another great day to jump into some real Dynasty rookie drafts to use all that knowledge. Think about it. In your life, there might be only like a couple people that you can really share this rookie knowledge with. You know, you can't just go to work and just tell everyone about like, hey, I want you to know that I know about Kyle Williams. I know you have no idea. You've never heard this word before. You never heard this name before. Oh, you might not even know that Washington State has a college. But I want to tell you about Kyle Williams. Well, this is the only place where you can use that knowledge to your benefit. All right. Here in these real rookie drafts and obviously in your own Dynasty leagues. Appreciate everybody who has shown an immense amount of support. Not only people supporting us, but loving the product. It's been incredibly cool to see.
Love, yeah.
And we have already handed out a lot of trade question vouchers for people who are showing some love. Just to anyone in Whomper situation, by the way, he says, I deposited $50 and completed 6 fast drafts. You don't have to complete, you can only complete 1, but I love that you're doing 6. That just shows that you love it, right? He says, loving it. How would you send me the rankings and rookie report? So all you need to do, guys, if you're in this situation, please go ahead and send to me a DM on Discord or on Twitter. You know, my handle is the same on both of those, at Zach Savage with the ZAXAVAGE. Please send me, a DM. I'm more than happy to give you that free trade question voucher. Unfortunately, I can only do it for people who are on the promo code LAND on the Flock site because that's all we have access to. But appreciate y'all big time. What is up, Jordan in the building? Alex is here. Charlie, Sauce, Albert, Big Bark says, I'm a bark, and you gonna hear it. What's up, Joel? What's up, Keith? Macy's in the building. Our NFL draft countdown expert says 22 days. 22 days, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Greg?
That's crazy.
Steven's in the building. What's up, Mighty Booch? Says, anyone see that Fields Yates mock today? Amika to the Bears. I did not see that, but that is shocking to hear. What is up, Scribbles? What's up, Dale?
Wild. I haven't heard that. Field Yates. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up.
I appreciate you, Alex. I don't know for sure if I called Kyle Williams for anyone else, but I love that everybody is showing him some love now. Yeah, I did see Chris Sims had Kyle Williams in his top 4 or something. I don't know if you saw that, Badaki, which is incredible. What's up, Sauce? WG, Sparrow, Scott. I can promise you guys, I got off the... I've been emailing back and forth with Matt, the founder of FastDraft, and I can tell you 2 places that are very close. Canada
very close.
And Pennsylvania. So if you're in those places, they're very close. Now, we have to work on Ontario, though. All provinces outside of Ontario are very close, and probably by the end of this month, we'll be ready to go. What's up, Joe? Travesty. Appreciate you, D-Man. Artie's in the building. Fantasy Football Garage is here. What's up, Joe? Alex says, I dropped 50 on FastDraft with your promo code. Unfortunately, not in the Discord. That's okay. You can find me on Twitter as well, my man. If anybody out there has a Flock account and they want a free trade question voucher, you can either DM me on Twitter. This is my
let us know.
Or you can DM me on Discord, and I'd love to give you a free trade question voucher and show you some love. Okay, so we are going to get into some fast drafts and do some Dynasty Origin rookie drafts. If you guys are out there and you want to be a friend, first off, smash that like button to show some love. We got a like goal today of 100 likes. With your help, I'm confident that we can get there. All right, already at 37, which is incredible. So be a friend. Absolutely obliterate that like button. Take out all your anger.
Do something nasty to it.
From the day. From just, taking it from the man. Now give it to that like button. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. We are going to go ahead and get on some fast draft. You can download the app, all right, on any Play Store or the App Store. Use the promo code LAND, get your deposit matched up to $50. That's 10 free drafts on us from those Flex 4 or 5 for the Alpha Origins draft. And when you finish any contest, I'll send you my rookie report. I'll send you my season rankings. And I will send you a trade question voucher if you're a Land Flock member. You can check out the pinned comment in the chat. I just put it in there. It's also in the description for you to download it with us. But again, got to use the promo code LAND. You get your deposit matched up to $50. And then you can get into some of these real drafts with us. Super excited to jump in here. But, yeah, I mean, is there anything we should talk about, or should we do the damn thing? Oh, one thing I will say is we do have a trade question on the Flock side. I'll just get to that before we do anything else.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So, first off, there are a couple spots for same-day reviews. Chef Keith is the only same-day review right now that we're going to do. These other ones are offline. We'll get to them very, very soon, I promise. Tiv Madness here with the trade question. So it looks like they would be sending away the 104, 109, and Trey Benson, and they would get back Geno Smith and Breece Hall. This seems like an incredibly high amount to pay for Breece Hall. I am pretty much all the way out on this deal, but let me see if he offered any more context in the
chat. He says he initially wanted the 102 and the 104, but I think it's still too rich.
Yeah,
should I just keep my picks?
This is a crazy asking price.
Yeah, should I keep my picks for a draft of another quarterback trade? Also want to let the... Yeah, right. Okay. I mean...
Look, this is a truly awful deal. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, the most I would pay for Breece Hall is the 104 right now. So you're basically sending away getting Geno Smith for the 109 and Trey Benson. This is a truly awful deal. Truly.
Yeah.
So if this is their price point on Breece Hall, you can respect it. You can say, all right, appreciate the conversation, but it's not going to happen. Maybe we can talk later. Because no way. That's just silly. A draft that we have projected 4 running backs to go in the top 2 rounds, and this guy wants the 104 and the 109 and Trey Benson. No, thank you. All right.
Be tripping, kid.
100%. All right, let's get over to some real rookie drafts here. All right, so if you guys are out there, you want to join us, we're about to hop into an Origin draft. There might be some people who weren't on yesterday's stream, so why don't I just quickly tell you what an Origin draft is. It is the only rookie exclusive contest on any platform that you'll see right now, at least that I've seen. And we really enjoyed playing it. It's where you can actually take, your Dynasty, your rookie mind and use it in a contest that is strictly for you. All these other, best ball companies are really not targeting you guys. They're not targeting like the diehard Dynasty guys. They are more targeting like the general population of fantasy players. So I love that about this Origins competition. But it is a $25,000 prize pool. There's a 20-second time clock. You're only drafting rookies. There's no positional limitations. You're basically at each pick thinking, who do I want to pick the most? What rookie do I think is going to score the most points? And then you draft that player. 10-team leagues, full PPR scoring. And yeah, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Only other thing that you need to know is that you can obviously like adjust your boosters at the end of your draft. You can adjust those boosters all the way up until the NFL draft. And I think you've pretty much got the sense of it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. But Aki, without further ado, shall we go ahead and jump in?
Yeah, let's get into it here. I'm going to click into tournament on the Origins. Let's see if we can get in the same one, because I know a lot of people have been trying to lock in here.
Yeah.
And this is a good time, guys, to jump into one of these as well. Like, not that many people are, the app is still growing, so you can get into a lot of mock draft, or not mock drafts, but real money drafts with us.
Yeah. What's up, Chuck Man? Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. What's up, Kate? He says, what's up, fellas? Pumped for Pennsylvania to get added 100%. Same for me. Steven looks like he's already in one. I love to see that. Alex, okay, just reply to one of my tweets and say, hey, I'm Alex Vogt on YouTube. I'll DM you. What's up, Styles? Scribble says way too much for Hall. I absolutely agree with you, man. Like, you and I are on the same page there. Saw says waiting to cook in the lobby. It says boosters lock on September 4. I think that is for the Flex 4 draft, though. I don't think that's for the Dynasty or for the Origin one. I could be wrong. Are you struggling to get into a draft right now?
Yeah, I just refreshed. I'm about to see what happens here.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry.
Okay, I just got in. Just close the app and then go back into it. Yeah, that's what I did.
All right, let's see here.
The six slots waiting to fill occurring.
Okay, we're gonna jump into this most recent Origins draft here. All right, I'm in. 5 spots remaining, guys, so definitely jump in with us. You can download the FastDraft app, use my promo code LAND. You'll get your deposit matched up to $50, and then we can get into some of these real Dynasty rookie drafts together. 3 spots remaining now. That's okay, Boosh. I know we're working hard on Michigan. I know we're working hard on it. It's one of those tough cookies to crack. For sure.
Yeah.
What's up, Josh? He says, question, why is Taj Washington trending #1 on Sleeper? Probably because of the Tyreek Hill rumors. Like, he's back on Twitter talking nonsense about a trade.
Going crazy. Yeah, it's just...
What's up,
surprised.
El Caverino? What's up, man? Welcome in. Stevenson for Adams straight up. Give me Adams, please. Absolutely. Sparrow says, I'm in with Joel right now. I'm in with Sparrow. Yeah, we will definitely go back and forth between these real rookie drafts and a mock draft, 100%, guys. Griffin, it's coming to Canada soon. Every province outside of Ontario.
You got a couple weeks to get out of Ontario if you are there.
1 spot left in this latest Origins mock. Appreciate y'all big time. Again, be a friend, smash that like button. We'll do some team reviews in this stream as well. Metal Finger says, what should I try to trade Devontae Adams and Tyreek for? That's a good question. Obviously, if you are rebuilding, then you'd want to trade these guys in a contender. They're probably worth holding more than anything. But Tyreek, I think the most you can aim for right now is an early second. Maybe you can wait until in season. If he recovers his old form, he might, improve that value. CMC, you might be able to get a first in some year from people, but for most people, I don't think are going to be willing to give you a first at this point. And Devontae Adams is more like an early to mid second right now.
I think depending on your league, if they are generous, in a package, you might be able to get a first.
Yeah.
For both of those, like in a package, I don't think you can get 2 firsts personally, but just depends on how high you can go in that first round.
Yeah,
it's Devontae Adams to Tyreek.
It's an interesting spot with these veterans, right? You really have to find the right team. Because a lot of leagues have like half of the leagues rebuilding or punting. So you're not always going to be able to find the right partner,
Yeah, I agree.
That's okay, Griffin. That's okay. CMC trade was Pacheco, a 26 first in the 212. Okay.
All right.
We are in here. I see Johnny Detroit with us. I see Alex with us.
Johnny Detroit. Who else? Daniel Macy is with us.
Oh, Macy in the building.
We seen a lot. 4th and large. Oh, wait. 4th and
Lang.
I feel
Johnny's in the building. Johnny, Alex,
Farzy is also.
You and I are drafting at the edge, right beside each other.
Yeah. God.
Alex, I definitely think Milrose is a smart move there at the 101. You made a mistake there. He went Genty. But yeah, the beauty of these contests is you're just asking yourself, who do I think is going to score the most points this year, right? Who's going to score the most points? And in reality, if you think about a true rookie draft in your dynasty leagues, ideally you want to do the same, right? Like you want to be a little bit hesitant of guys that you think it's going to take them a while to break out because they might become actual buy lows at some point, in a future season. Like for example, the concerns we had around JSN, the concerns we had around Roma Dunze last year. These type of names, if you're not 100% certain that there's a pathway to production year one, then that should kind of impact the way that you draft in your own rookie drafts in a way. You know what I mean? So I know we're often talking and preaching patience. Wow, you got Judkins at the 9. That's
kind of crazy right there.
Oh, okay. I like this. We'll get some Luther. I haven't gotten any shares of Caleb yet, so let's go ahead and draft those guys back to back as well. We'll go Luther and Caleb on the turn.
Yeah, and I wanted Matthew Golden there, so I'll take Quinshawn, Matthew Golden's good turn there for me, getting some exposure up there as well. Tyler Warren off the board, Jackson Dart.
Sparrow says, wait, how'd you get into 2 at the same time, Bordeaux? Joe, we've got people who are jumping into multiple at the same time. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so after I went Caleb, you went Golden. Then we had Tyler Warren come off the board, Jackson Dart. Remember, you don't have to draft any in particular position. You can draft whatever position you want. The question is, who's going to score the most fantasy points this year? That's the only question you have to answer when you're in these drafts.
That's right.
If it seems like there's a pretty big tier break after like pick 14 in these drafts. You look.
Yeah, I think you really go. Yeah, I agree.
in a 12-team rookie draft, that's like the 202, which makes sense. But I'm not sure I would include Jackson Dart into that tier, but I would probably take Loveland over Dart. Just I have more confidence in his ability to score points this year. But like that first 14 really feels like a tier break. And then that's why I'm a fan of being on the edge of these drafts. And you also get the third round reversal.
Yeah, so you get a huge boost there. On the third round reversal, because I mean, on the turn here, look who's still available. There's some good people available here.
I know some of those names.
I know some of those names. There's a guy that I definitely want. Let's see if you take him.
Yeah, what does ADP say? I'm gonna go ahead and I've got so much Giddens already. I'm gonna grab some Jalen Royals. I love me some Jalen Royals. I want to get my exposure up. Y'all know how much I love him. My wide receiver 5 in the class. What does he go off the board here? He goes off the board 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ninth wide receiver taken by myself. So I'll take me some Jalen Royals there. Loved seeing that Steve Smith loved Jalen Royals. It's funny because when you watch other people's content, you're like, yes, they like the players I like. And then when they don't like a player you're like, damn, like why? Like he said,
I definitely get it.
He liked Jack Besh, but he said Jack Besh should play tight end, and I was like, what? Come on, Steve.
Yeah, I started watching the first like 10-ish minutes of the video, and he was talking about Tet. He was just like, you know, when he was watching Jacob Coing's film, you didn't really see Tet and like feel the presence. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty big deal because you kind of felt
claimed that Tet was the 2 when Coing was there in that offense.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about because, you know, if you think of the other players, if you think of like at LSU when everyone was talking about Keyshawn Boutte, everyone was like, nah, Malik is actually the superstar here. Like, this is what you're not seeing.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see how like he doesn't have that presence on the field.
Sure.
The way that he was explaining it.
Well, you and I know, like, I'm not going to say we know the Islander culture well, but when you live in Australia, you know a lot of people who are Islander. And, you know, they are more of like a relaxed people. And I think that comes off as if like they're not hardworking, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
Tom says, who is the best pick at the 102 in non-superflex? Mighty says Hampton, and Tom says over Mac. A lot of people are feeling that way. I mean, I said that after the combine and got some pushback, but now it's starting to become consensus. It does depend on the NFL draft, though, obviously.
Capital.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of it is on draft capital.
Mighty Booch says Dart. Yates had Dart going in the first to the Steelers. I did not see that. Did you see that?
I keep seeing Dart from a bunch of other people, him going in the first, teams trading up. Like, I've seen the Giants trade up to get Jackson Dart at like pick 20 or pick 19, coming all the way from the second round. And because, you know, Cam and Shador are both off the board at that time, and they want to secure someone like Dart. So I've definitely seen stuff like that. I've seen him going to the Steelers as well. There's a lot of people that think there's 3 quarterbacks that can go in the first. Now, do I believe that? Probably not. I think if 3 quarterbacks go in the first, oh shit.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm pretty sure you didn't know you were on the clock.
I definitely didn't know if I was on the clock.
Yeah, we'll have a look at this mock draft in a second, guys, and we'll kind of digest it together a little bit.
Really quick as you make your picks there back to back, just to finish. If I think it really leans on Aaron Rodgers, which I think he's going to go to the Steelers, which I don't think the Steelers are going to take a quarterback in the first, and they will risk it in the second. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Like, imagine they sign Aaron Rodgers and then they go for Jackson Dart. I think people would like that, but at the same time, it's like they could have gone Omarion. They could have gotten another wide receiver there, and they need those. They need those. Maybe not wide receiver anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Jarquez here. I was hoping my guy Brashard Smith was gonna come off the board. I have him ranked, I think, as like my 23rd player in the draft, and you got him at 39 overall. I love that.
That's kind of crazy.
I love that a lot. So I've got a combo of Burden, Johnson, Royals, Hunter, James. Badaki started here with Judkins, Golden, Neal, Smith. You're actually smashing this draft right now. Wow. Fourth and Lang is really trusting these tight ends here to produce year one.
I
would be really hesitant to build around tight ends in this type of draft.
But this is what's exciting about it, right? Like, you can get something like this, which look is highly doubtful, right? I don't think we've seen two tight ends that have produced like that. I mean, I think of Sam Laporta, but who else? Who was in Sam Laporta's class that produced that year as well?
Sure.
Right. So that's a little bit difficult to think of.
That's fair. That is fair. Tez says, or Joel says, my best value is Tez Johnson. I love it. Dur says, is it reasonable to decide between Tet and Amarion based on team and team need instead of value? It's something I've preached since we started doing this, that I don't draft based off need, and I can't think of a scenario where that hasn't been the right call since really I began doing this. So I wouldn't ever draft based off need in a rookie draft. That's gonna be the reason some people took Trey Benson over Brian Thomas last year. Exactly. And I love Trey Benson, but I just don't draft that way. Logan, what's up, man? It says Garrett Wilson and the 203 or Jameson and a mid to late 26 first. Love Jameson Williams, but I will take Garrett Wilson there.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. Rodgers to the Steelers, Johnny says. Johnny's making his call here. He says to the Steelers.
I mean, I actually think it's just Aaron Rodgers not wanting to do things during the offseason.
What, you think? So you think Rodgers is being lazy?
In a way, he's like, he wants to work around his own structure. So like, why would I sign with the Steelers now? Because then I have to attend all these meetings that I really don't have to attend because I'm such a
right.
I've been in the league for a long time. I'm already building chemistry with these wide receivers that I can build on my own time. I think signing a contract puts structure around him that he doesn't want.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't have to go to OTAs in the summer. He doesn't have to go to, once again, team meetings or go to workouts because he can do that at his own time. But
Marcus Yarns, what an unreal pool. Sorry. No, I hear you. I definitely hear you. I don't think I'm going to change any of my boosters. I just want to double check. Yeah, I'll probably leave Burden at 2. Yeah, I'm going to leave those where they are for now. All right, recap here. The draft took under 10 minutes. That's why we call it fast draft, people. We have the best ADP was Quinn Ewers at 9.3. My best ADP was Ja'Cory Brooks. The slowest drafter was Johnny Detroit, and the fastest drafter was Brad McKinney. All right, do you guys want to get into another one? Do you want to do a sleeper mock? What do we want to do? Let us know. We're happy to do whatever you guys want to do. We can go back and forth between them as well.
Yeah, I'm down. Maybe we'll jump. How about we do one more fast draft and then we can jump into a sleeper?
Yeah, let us know, guys. Honestly, we want you guys to be happy. We want you to have fun as well.
Yeah.
But if we've got people who are wanting to jump in, we're more than happy to get in another one as well. But I will set up a rookie mock here for after this next fast draft where we got people who want to go in. Fantasy football wants to get in one. Probably can't do a startup today. That's going to take a lot of time. We can do a rookie today, Hanif, though. Sparrow says he's down for one. Okay, let's get into one more real draft. And yeah. If you guys want to draft with us, very simple. You can download the FastDraft app on any app store. Use the promo code LAND at sign up. You'll get your deposit matched up to $50. That is 10 free drafts on us, 5 Origin or 10 Flex 4. Once you finish any contest, DM me. I'm going to give you my rookie report, my season rankings. And if you're a member of LAND on the Flock site, I'll give you a free trade question voucher as well. So you can check out that link in the pinned comment to download the FastDraft app. All right, so people want to get in another one. Let's go ahead and grab. Let's get another one here. Okay, let's jump in. I'm gonna hit enter tournament.
Yeah, same.
Hannah says startups won't take long. I mean, look, it's like a 40-minute thing, so it's long. It's long, but we will definitely do one here soon. We'll do a like specific startup draft here soon. What's up, Claire says both are great ways to see how we're valuing players. 100%, I agree. Johnny says Rodgers had practice with DK recently. Is that real?
Yeah, you didn't see him like maybe not practice. He was just throwing with DK.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think he's gonna go. That's indication that he's gonna go to the Steelers. I could be wrong. Like he's already building the chemistries. He's understanding. He probably doesn't have the playbook officially, but I think you can get. Aaron Rodgers doesn't really need to do all that.
Sure. Oh, finally! I'm at the 101. Let's go, baby. Get my first share of Ashton Genty on this thing.
Oh.
Now, here's the issue. When you're at the 101, you're going to get Genty, but then the third round reversal is tough. Yeah.
The third round reversal is tough.
I think I really prefer the end of the board where you are at there, like the 109 or anything. But yeah, let's not make this complicated. We'll draft Ashton Genty here at the 101. Again, wow. Contests like these, you have to ask yourself a question. Who do I think is going to score the most points this year? All right. And, again, doing these drafts, Badaki, it really makes me feel like we should ask that question more when we're creating Dynasty rookie rankings. And to be fair, we did. Like last year, that is why you and I were so low on Adonai Mitchell. We were just so low on him because we could not see a pathway for him to produce in year one. Loved him as a talent. But I think, obviously, there's a balance between it, right? Like, you have to find the right balance. But yeah. All right, who's in with us? We've got Sparrow in there at the 3 spot. Big Vegan Beef there at 5. Bordeaux Joe at 6. Alex at 7. Joel's in here at 8. I love to see it. Fantasy Football Garage is in here as well. Joel says, I'll trade you the 108. It would be cool if you could do trades in these, but I guess it would potentially lead to unfair advantages in a tournament.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to continue to get my stock up here. Matthew Golden. Got some Caleb last time. Or Quinshawn. I got Matthew again at the 202.
I'm seeing Dart going really high in these Origin drafts, man.
I'm telling you, I think Dart and Shador are low-key, maybe not Shador, but I think Dart is a low-key sleeper at the 201 because if he's a starter for 8 games over someone like a Luther who's going to be potentially a wide receiver 2 on a team, hypothetically, I mean, he'll probably score more than, let's say Luther goes to the Titans, Jackson Dart goes to the Steelers, without Aaron Rodgers, you would think he will score more points than Luther, right?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
So I think there's an argument, but that's a big what if in this scenario, right? So
yeah,
it's a risk you got to play.
Ooh. You're gonna let me start with Scattaboo Genty? Y'all really about to let me? All right, I might win the tournament in this draft right here, right now. Y'all done messed up, son. Y'all done messed up. Yeah, I'll take the Scatabo Genty start. Thank you very much. All right, so we had Dart at the 11th overall, Golden 12th overall. That's your first round in a 12-man. Burden technically goes 201. That's okay. Hold on, Joel getting Judkins Burden. That's kind of schnasty there. I'm not gonna lie. Hunter goes then Ollie Gordon ahead of Colson Loveland, Trey Harris, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Knoll. I wish I was on FastDraft in January because I would have been drafting Jalen Knoll everywhere if I was on this app in January.
Well, this is what's exciting, like going into next year,
yes,
right?
100%.
How early we're going to be rocking this? Probably like January.
Probably, yeah.
We're probably going to be rocking into these and then be talking about all these players, and Zach is going to be saying, I'm going to get my guy right now in the 5th round, and nobody knows it.
Yeah, before people find out, right? Scribble says, not to be a Debbie Downer, but does Rodgers going to the Steelers change anything at this point? I think it can't get much worse than Mason Rudolph. I think that's what I am... that's what I'm holding on to when I think about a question like that. Oh, y'all done messed up, son. Y'all done messed up. Y'all really about to let me get Jack Besh and Brashard Smith on the turn. It's over. We might as well give me the prize pool now. Should I just contact Matt and just say, hey, I just want to let you know that I actually won the tournament today?
See what he says.
Just want to give you a heads up. UT says, I would rather have the 101 in these than the 110. I think Genty's going to absolutely smash. I agree, and I can put that 2 times bonus on Genty. That's
exactly.
That is fair. That is fair. But I do think they do a really good job of, like, evenly, what's the word, like, you know, the 101 isn't overpowered like it is in a rookie draft, I guess. Does that make sense?
No, it definitely does.
Does IDP count for this? No, I don't believe so. But I'll have to double check with you on that. But I don't believe so. But there is an IDP exclusive game that you can play on FastDraft.
Yeah, for Travis Hunter, I think we said no because of the IDP exclusive game.
Yeah,
because I was asking that question yesterday with or a couple days ago with Travis having the playing defense and getting those points as well.
Let me email Matt and ask now, because I'm pretty sure the answer would be no, because then Travis Hunter's probably needing to go 101.
Playing both sides of the ball, yeah. Let's go, Jarquez. Jarquez, yeah. Nah, I mean, everyone seems looking pretty good here. Yeah, getting Ashton Genty, who's probably gonna the highest scoring, either him or Cam. I personally would probably put Cam as the double, you know, the 2 times booster, playing the quarterback position.
Sure.
But like, I think that they can both, you know, the arguments can be said for both.
I'll get you guys an answer here soon. All right, so in the 4th round, is this 5th round, 4th round? We oh, your boy's on the clock, so let me I want to have a look at ADP here real quick. I might grab some Kyle. You know, a lot of people love Tyler Shuck. I just don't know. I might grab some more Marcus.
So many people like Tyler Shuck. It's so interesting.
Luke is there. Luke, I am your father. I don't have any Terrence. Maybe I should grab some Terrence. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll let
Imagine
the clock
Brock
decide.
Purdy in this, but no one was drafting Brock Purdy, were they? You know.
No, that's
but
fair,
like,
actually,
just imagine, just imagine Brock Purdy in this. That'd be hilarious. Look, I want you, baby, I'm a dog. Who's going to that seat, Breezy? I wish I was in America so I could go to the Chris Brown concert.
Karina won't let me listen to Chris Brown.
Yeah, I get it. Ellen doesn't like when I listen to Chris Brown, but I do it anyway.
Yeah, same.
I don't support his actions, but I love the music. But I know how people.
Same
I know
as
how
Kanye,
people.
right?
Yeah, I don't support his actions. Fucking genius in the studio.
Yeah. Sorry, keeping up with the chat here. UT says, I think that Genty is a big favorite to outscore any of the top 2 picks in teams drafting at the other turn. Did you guys see the Raiders GM? What he said about Ashton Genty?
No, what do you say?
Did anybody see that? So he was basically like on a call, and he said, look, I know what people want. He said, my son told me that if I don't draft Ashton Genty, then I'm an idiot, basically. That's what his son told him. So the Raiders are already talking about drafting Genty at 6 overall.
Right, yeah, my son had made no secret that if I don't pick Ashton Genty at 6, that he'll walk out of the family and he's gonna find somebody else.
So funny, dude. So funny. All right, so by the way, you were the slowest drafter here, so
that's okay.
That's just want to let you know. I mean, you know, get your money up.
I hold my hand up. Get my money up. Sometimes being the slowest drafter is good.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the tortoise wins the race, not the hare, right? Let's get to a sleeper mock, and then if people want to keep doing some fast drafts later on, I'm more than happy to jump in. to another one. So let's go ahead and make a little transition here over to a sleeper mock draft. Badaki, if there might be people in the chat who want to join us, and how can they go ahead and join us?
Yeah, guys, join our Discord. That link is in the description below, and I put that link in the chat right here for you. Once you join our Discord, you're going to go to the Flock Fantasy, or excuse me, you're going to go to the orange footballs on the left side of your screen, and then go to announcements. That's how you can join each and every mock draft, whether you're watching now or in the future. It is first come, first serve, and I'll join this mock draft, and then I'll let you guys mock, and we can answer some Q&As.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you're going to join, but I'll send that link out here now.
Go for it.
3,
I want to let the people do their thing.
1. There you go.
Sparrow says, hot take, Amarion to the Broncos is scoring more than Genty to the Raiders. That is a scorching hot take there.
I mean, that is kind of crazy. Please, no ABC. I don't want Genty to the Giants. Look, I wouldn't be upset if Genty to the Giants. But, like, did we trade back to, like, 10? Get some crazy value, and then Genty's still there? Sure. I'm not taking him at 3.
Let me tag people and let them know that they can join. Sorry, so you said you're not comfortable taking Genty at 3. Is that right?
No, I'm not. If we trade back to like the 10th, 9th pick, grab him there, and get some draft capital. I don't know how much. What if we get an extra third, an extra second, which I highly doubt someone's going to give us to move up.
Alex says, R.I.P. Zamir, RB1 on my dynasty teams. Alex says, bro, your son telling you that is crazy. I'd be like, walk. Cade says, Mostert put a jinx on Genty. I feel like he jinxed every backfield before he touches it. That's true. Mostert, we always think is going to be a non-factor, and then somehow out of nowhere he's a factor.
Yeah, that's actually so true.
All right, guys, let's do a Dynasty rookie mock draft here as well. Hey, go ahead and be a friend. Smash that like button. Got a like goal today of 100 likes. If we reach it, I'll do whatever the chat wants to do next. We'll put a poll in. We can do a fast draft. We can do another rookie mock. So be a friend. Smash that like button. Let's go ahead and get this thing started in 3, 2, 1. As J.K. Blaine is up on the clock here at the 101. Now the 30 seconds are going to feel slow on Sleeper. You know what I mean?
You have to change your mindset, to be completely honest, when you're drafting here.
Yeah.
In a mock draft perspective, right? Like I mean, Zach brings up a good point, though, when you said maybe we should always draft like that. You know, who's going to score the most fantasy points? So maybe that's what some people are doing. Maybe not in this year, but I guess there's kind of two ways you could think about it. Because if we're thinking about it, Dynasty perspective, 2 to 3 years, where in that one you're just thinking of 1 year, out, right?
100%. Sparrow says he's going to try and snipe me every round at the 109. Let's get it, Sparrow. Fight me. Joel says, got in using mobile. It can be done. It can be done. It is a possibility. What's up, Tommy? Welcome in, brother.
How you doing, brother?
Sauce says that 8-hour rookie slow draft in May is going to feel so weird. Yeah, a lot of you guys have those slow drafts, hey. I see the benefit to a slow draft. I think I would drive myself crazy if I was in too many of them, though.
Hold on, when's our first rookie mock here?
That's like the day. You mean real draft?
Yeah, sorry, April 28th.
Yeah, that's like the day after the NFL draft. We have a real draft in one of our leagues that we're doing.
Yeah, wow, that's gonna be crazy.
By the way, I'm going to Singapore in June for a holiday, and going to Indonesia a little bit as well, maybe Malaysia, but. What I found out, which was heartbreaking, is that they're bringing Chick-fil-A to Singapore, but they're doing it in October. So I will be just late to eat Chick-fil-A in Singapore. It's devastating. Caleb Johnson coming off the board. I really liked Caleb Johnson there as a value. I'm going to take Travis Hunter here. I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. If Travis Hunter played wide receiver, he'd be my locked and loaded wide receiver 1 in this class. I've said that in December, and I've maintained that all the way through. And I keep hearing people talk about him playing receiver. I don't know if it's just like a certain trend right now, but it's all I'm hearing right now is people talking about his impact as a receiver, and it's making me excited.
No, I definitely hear it, and the more I see it, I mean, the more and more we get close to the NFL draft, I think he could go to the Giants. Hypothetically, he goes to the Giants. Where are you drafting him? Are you excited about that? With Malik, does that take you a little bit?
I think the Patriots is like the perfect spot where you're like, wow, he could be like the guy day one. As much as I love Stephon Diggs. Yeah. I also think the Browns, if he goes to the Browns, the difficult part there is like you have to ask what sides of the ball he'll play, and you have to ask the question of quarterback play. So yeah.
No, I definitely hear you, because
Jackson Dart before Shador. Did you see that?
Where? Oh wow, yeah, I didn't see that. At the 111. I mean, at the moment, once again, all the things that I'm hearing is that if Dart does go to the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers is not there, Dart is going to be the day one starter. If Shador goes to the Giants, he's not playing this year. Hypothetically, if Russell is bad, do they jump straight into Shador, or do they go to Jameis Winston? So it's kind of like a lock.
Well, you're saying Giants, right?
Like specifically Giants. Yeah.
Well, I think the Giants are in a better spot than if he goes to the Browns, for example, for quarterback play. By the way,
I think so.
In round 2, we've got Shador Sanders coming off the board at the 201 after Jackson Dart. Matthew Golden and Colson Loveland got to be the best values in this draft so far. I mean, tell me I'm wrong in the chat if you guys think so. Then we got Jalen Milroe. Joel, you're still on auto pick, by the way. Cam Scatterboot, Dylan Sampson, Trey Harris, Elijah Arroyo. And your boy's about to be up on the clock as Jalen Royals comes off the board. And we're probably going to come back here and I'm gonna grab some Devin Neal here at this pick. See what happens on the comeback here.
Not a good pick.
Ricky says, why would you eat something on a vacation that you can eat in your city? Well, Ricky, this might blow your mind, my friend, but we are not in a country that currently has Chick-fil-A. We currently do not reside in a country that we can eat Chick-fil-A every day.
Well, you know what's the bright side about that? That you're going to be able to have Chick-fil-A in August.
That's true. When we go to Austin.
For the
meetup.
Which is no official date for that yet.
Yep.
But we are going to do a meetup in Austin, Texas, around April. We don't have, once again, no official date, no official location, but it will be in the city of Austin, and it will be, August 13th or between the week of August 13th and 19th or something around that.
It'll be towards the end of that week for sure, from what I've heard.
So we'll keep you guys updated. Once we know that, we'll send that out to you.
Wyatt says, I love Chick-fil-A, but usually only want it on Sundays. Yeah. And by the way, Ricky, we live in Australia, brother. We live in Sydney, Australia, but both American born and raised. Sorry, Mighty Booch. Sometimes it be like that. Dart getting steamed up. Sanders getting the FUD. JK says, not bad getting Sanders at the 201. I like the pick as well, JK. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Cousins has been linked to the Browns. I've heard that for sure. Cade says, Badaki is a commentator. Get ready to give us your favorite rookie draft.
Come on.
I love it. Scribble says, Myles Garrett really signed up for Kenny Pickett and Kirk Cousins led offense.
That's what's crazy, though. Like, he was like, I believe in this organization. I think they're going to get... Like, if you just link back what Myles Garrett said, it has to be either Cam or Shador regardless.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, damn, Myles. They really did you dirty unless he was just there for the check.
Damn, son. Yeah. No, I hear you. So, Scribbles, I've heard this, man. It breaks my heart. I've heard a lot about this. He says, just to warn you, Chick-fil-A changed their fries and not for the better. They changed their chicken and they changed their fries. I am concerned about the next time I go to Chick-fil-A. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, that was my favorite spot growing up. But ever since the original owner died, they have really folded a lot of the quality parts of what they do, and that is
It's a big
incredibly sad to hear from me.
Yeah, it's a big trend on TikTok on like.
Take Brashard Smith, by the way, my guy here at the 310. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just talking about the Chick-fil-A stuff. It's a big trend on TikTok of how people are like reviewing it and said they did something different and it's not the same, it's not crunchy or whatever. But apparently the reason why they changed it is because their fries were getting soggy in the box during a lot of deliveries, even from the time when people would just order to their seats, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think the sogginess is annoying because that has to be a product of like the delivery companies, as in everyone's ordering on Uber Eats and DoorDash and all these things now. Because if you actually go to a Chick-fil-A and you eat at a Chick-fil-A, you're never thinking about the fries being soggy. So it sucks that that part of their business is so big that it's now kind of changing the quality of the product. I hate when that happens, and it's such a damn shame that the owner died. Not only because he died, he was a great person, but because like they're just changing all of these things that he would never change. It's so frustrating. It's like when the same thing happened with Steve Jobs and Apple, just frustrating. But what can you do? All right, so in the third round, by the way, we had Isaiah Bond, Jack Best, Jaden Higgins, RJ Harvey. Love all those values, the get-ins, the tootins. I took my guy Brashard Smith there at the 310. Scribbles makes a good point. He says Loveland and Warren, it just seems like there's way too big of a gap, and I agree with you, man. 107 versus 203. If they both actually go round one, I think that gap is a little bit too big. Yeah, for sure.
I think that gap will close, especially on draft night. If they, like Zach said, if they both go in the first round, I think the gap is really going to depend on landing spot. I think a lot of people like where Tyler Warren going to the Colts, but Colts Loveland goes to the Chargers. I think that's where the gap. That's where you'll see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, Gunnar Helm comes off the board. Joel takes my guy, Kyle Williams. Well, I mean, can I really call him my guy when we've got Chris Sims ranking him as a top 4 receiver? I don't know. Maybe he's not my guy anymore.
Didn't Chris Sims have some absurd player top 5 last year? I forgot who it was.
Well, he also had Brian Thomas, I think, ranked number 1. So people were like rightfully giving him props on that.
Gosh, there was somebody. It was like, I just don't remember who it was.
Can't say I remember either.
Oh, Ricky, we've had Popeyes. I mean, we're American born and raised.
Oh yeah.
We just live in Australia now.
Big time. We love. So
we've had. I mean, I would argue that Zach has had more other stuff. I think you've had like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of things like you had like Whataburger. I've never had that before.
Whataburger's all right. Whataburger's all right. I mean, I think it's a little bit overhyped at times, but overall, I'm a fan. I'm gonna take Taj Brooks. Definitely. A lot of people that I like in the industry are showing him some love. Yeah, what we might do here, what do the people want to do? You guys want to jump into a fast draft? You want to do one more sleeper mock? What do you guys think? What do the people want to do here? Let us know. Happy to do whatever the consensus wants. Let's do one more rookie mock here on sleeper, and we'll get another group of people in here. And let me update this here. Linear, 30 seconds, rookie only. Bang, bang.
Yeah, and as Zach's doing that, guys, you know how to join, right? Go join. Jump into our Discord. That link's in the description. I'll put that link in the chat. Go to the Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs, and that's how you can join each and every mock draft.
I'm gonna just send it out here myself.
Yeah, go ahead, and Zach will send that link out once he's ready.
Yep, and feel free to join at any point here, gang. We'll do one more of these. Mighty Booch says Culver's is where it's at. I've actually had a lot of good
Culver's. Yeah,
good stuff from Culver's. Yeah,
I had Culver's. I had some PDQ. I like PDQ. Have you ever had that?
PDQ? No, is that barbecue? What is that?
Nah, it's just like a chicken spot. It's kind of like a Culver's, I would say, or like a. Look it up. It's like PDQ and like chicken and shakes.
Okay, interesting.
I think it was. I had it in Florida when I used to live there.
We're gonna go ahead and smash this link in the chat as well. Let's just get this filled up. I'll join if we don't have enough people who want to join, but still 4 spots left. Oh, it's gonna fill up pretty quick now, actually. No landing spots, Liam. Just take your guy. Whoever your guy is, take him off the board. Sparrow says, no Culvers near me, unfortunately. That is unfortunate for sure. Freddy's. I've seen Freddy's. I've never actually eaten at Freddy's. I do like Raising Cane's. I think they're a little bit too reliant on their sauce, but I'm a fan of Raising Cane's. All right, we're going to do the same thing here, okay? Dynasty Rookie Draft. Take your guy, and let's have some conversations. I'm going to be right back, Badaki, but I'm going to let you kind of lead the way on this couple rounds here.
No, you're good. Do your thing. Yeah, I've actually never had Raising Cane's or Zaxby's, so those are 2 places that that I definitely want to try, but at the same time is like, you know what, especially going to Austin is always about barbecue. Going barbecue, Texas barbecue, trying to get some of that. So that's always also been really fun going there. Ashton Genty, Marion Hampton, and then Travis Hunter at the 103. And look, I think there's going to be a pathway where Travis Hunter could go as early as this, depending on what the community and consensus likes. Right? I think a lot of people are going to love the idea, at least in my perspective, maybe because I'm biased, but I think a lot of people are going to turn their heads if Travis Hunter does go to the Giants with Russell Wilson. So that's going to be interesting. Cam Moore, Tet, Travion Henderson, and then Tyler Warren are off the board. Sparrow says there's a place near where I live called Frango's, which is a better Raising Cane's. We have a place here called Frango's, and it's like a Lebanese, if I'm not mistaken, it's Lebanese, or no, Portuguese. It's Portuguese chicken, and it is literally one of the best chicken places here in Australia. So like in Australia, what you have is like a lot of Lebanese, a lot of Portuguese, chicken spots, which are really good, like Lebanese kebab, like chicken kebab, and all that. That's really big here in Australia. So I've never, I would love to try something like that though. Quinshawn Junkins, Mika Ibuka, Caleb Johnson, Kyle McCord. Oh my gosh, this guy's he's wrecking the mock here. I mean, hey, go for your guy. But I mean, McCord in the first is just nowhere near what anyone is thinking right now. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, that sound killed my ear. But there's a lot of people that do like him. I've heard hype up around him, but that's not somewhere we would go. Scribble says Texas barbecue is unbelievable. Look, the last time we went, I thought it was good. I wasn't like 100% like, oh, this is the best. I feel like I went to like a random, I forgot where we went to, but I wasn't like in love with it personally. Franklin barbecue, Terry Black's and Salt Lick are my favorite are my Austin faves. I live there and still go back once a month. Okay. Terry Black is what I've heard ever since we went to Texas. Apparently it's just, but that's like a real like fine dine establishment, or is it just like you can just rock up to Terry Black's? RG says, how hard are you drafting Tyler Warren in a 0.5 premium? I mean, in a 1.5 tight end premium, he can go as high as the 104 to the 106 easily. Just really depending on your team construction and your league personally. So we get Sanders, Jackson Dart, Devin Neal. I mean, once again, Matthew Golden and Colson Loveland in the second round, just like we saw that past draft. Is kind of crazy. You're seeing Sanders and Jackson Dart. Guys, yeah, maybe Kyle McCord doesn't go, but just throw Colson Loveland in the first and for Kyle McCord. Matthew Golden, Shador Sanders, and Jackson Dart at hypothetically the 201 to the 203 is tremendous value. If you really think about if Sanders gets drafted to the Raiders. If Jackson Dart goes to the Steelers, these guys are going to go in the first round, of course, and then it's just going to push the board down even more. So I like all these guys going here. I think the second round, the early second round, I'll say from the 202 to the 206, you're going to get some crazy value, I think, after the NFL draft. You see it just catching up here with the chat. So they could grab him in the third at the earliest, and nobody would grab him. Genuinely, I think Sauce is talking about McCord there. Rock. That's why Fast Draft Origin's ideal, because no one's really going to draft Kyle McCord. Yeah, no question. Where'd Caleb Johnson go in this mock? He went at the 110. So it's interesting how Caleb, I feel like early in the offseason, we saw Caleb going as early as like the 106. If I'm not mistaken, hella early in the offseason, we saw him going like 105, 104 at times. We saw like Genty, Omarion, and then Travis Hunter, and then it was either Caleb Johnson, and then that hype kind of just fell, right? And now you're seeing him really consensus around the 108, 110 with everything that's happening, in the media. So it's definitely interesting. It says you can roll to Terry Backs, usually 20 minutes wait, but goes quick. No reservations taken. Okay, that's cool. That's not bad. Yeah, guys, we're probably gonna do a fast draft after this rookie mock, which is not too bad. So stay tuned. If you guys haven't heard about fast drafts, we just partnered with them. That link is in the description, which is really exciting. So stay tuned for us going into one of those. Right after that, we're going to be doing some team reviews. Yeah, Harrison, there's no landing spots in this one, like Scribble said. So normally we do landing spots, but today it was a little bit different. We're shaking it up. UTO says, how many times a week do you eat out? Honestly, we only eat out on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes not even then. Sometimes we, because I cook. I cook at home. I'm the one that really, my wife can cook, but got a little bit more flavor, got a little more taste in there. So I'm normally one that's making the dinners. I guess depending on the week, sometimes, we'll eat out more throughout the week. So sometimes we'll eat 3 times. Not 3 times, but like, the weekend plus like a weekday. Let's say we eat out on a Wednesday night just because I'm too lazy, or we didn't have enough, or we weren't feeling whatever. So I try to keep not eating out too much, because I don't know if you guys know. If you guys don't know this,
I'm back.
Stop eating out. Okay? Stop eating out.
All right, what did I miss?
Kyle McCord in the first.
What?
At the 111.
What? Why?
Yeah,
Is someone just trolling or something?
Yeah, it kind of just messed up the whole draft, to be honest, but
you guys are funny. And some of these mocks, man. Some of y'all be doing some crazy things. Badaki's a chef. What meal are you making tonight then, Badaki? What's your favorite meal to make for your family?
Well, I'm really into right now. I do like this chicken pesto that I really like.
Yeah, I like it.
Am I having that tonight? Probably not. So we got chicken pesto. You can probably throw little bacon bits. Yeah. We switched it up. We did like gnocchi pesto last week, and we really liked the gnocchi. Normally we'll do like regular, pasta. But that's where I'm at. But what's your go-to meal? I would say go-to meal is probably anything pasta, but I think that's because it's easy.
Yeah, that's fair. Craig says, was there some culture shock moving to Australia? Absolutely.
No question.
100%. If you guys have been born and raised in America like we were until like the age of you know, 18 really for me at least. Anytime you go to a different country and you live there, there's definitely a little bit of a shock factor, no doubt about it. Just the way people live their lives here, the way people approach life is a little bit different. You know, simple things like you like there are certain legal requirements for you to enjoy your life a little bit more. Like, for example, something simple would be like if you're a full-time employee, you basically have to have 4 weeks paid time off every year, for example. Where in America, I think it's 2, but it depends on the company. They can kind of decide things like that. Like the healthcare as well was really cool to come here. I'm a permanent resident now, and you got a lot of free benefits with healthcare, and just little things like the way people talk, and you know, the way they address each other, and you know, public settings or public transport, or you know, just so many different things. I would say there's definitely a shock factor there. But hey guys, just want to give you a heads up on something. We will be doing some Dynasty team reviews tonight. Okay, now there is at least one spot open for a same-day review. Chef Keith is going to be the first one that we review today, and there's a possibility he's the only one, so there's not a problem with that whatsoever. But if you guys are out there and you want your team playbook, which is a customized game plan for your offseason, then you can become a promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker member. That's going to give you a voucher, okay, which you can use in the Flock store. Get a team review there with Fantasyland. Zach and Badaki, if you want it done live, just get that live tier slider up to the live tier. It's $7 extra for annual members. You get a voucher as an annual member, and it will make it only $7 for the live one. The offline one is completely free. If you're not a member on Flock with the promo code LAND, you can go through the same process, but you just have to pay a la carte, basically, right? Like, that's how you make that purchase. But we have a couple spots available. Now, we've done a couple rookie mocks on Sleeper. We've done a couple fast drafts. Do we want to get into one more fast draft before we get to these team reviews? What is the general consensus one? You guys want to hop into one more fast draft with us for today? What do we think? Let us know.
Some people were down to do it. Let's see.
Okay, Sparrow's down. Sparrow's down. Y'all want to get into one of these fast drafts with us? Let us know. Okay, Steven's down. All right, let's get into one. I'm going to go ahead and pop in here. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to enter a tournament here. And if you guys are out there, you want to join us, very simple, guys. You can check out the pinned comment in the chat. It's that same link. All the links are there. You can download the FastDraft app. Use a promo code LAND. We're going to match your deposit up to $50. That's almost 10 free drafts on us. With Flex 4, it's 5 free Origin drafts on us. And once you finish any contest, DM me. I'll give you my rankings on the season, my rookie report. And if you're a Land Mother Flocker member or a Land Flocker member, I'm going to give you a free voucher as well for a trade question. So definitely keep that in mind. Is your app loading still? Like, are you still joining tournament?
No, I'm in.
Oh, you're in?
Maybe close. Yeah, I have 3 spots left, so maybe close it and then refresh, like go back into it. That's what happens, so you probably just have to do that.
All right, let me get back in here. Let's see, Origins, enter tournament.
It's two slots left, so.
All right, I am in, and I think I was the last one. Oops, apologies for that, guys. All right, we are in. We'll do one more. This is our last fast draft of the day, and then we'll get to some team reviews, okay? I had a ton of fun today going back and forth between Sleeper and fast draft. The difference is, which I think someone said in the chat, when you get into a fast draft, you're probably not going to see people take Kyle McCord in round 1.
No.
Means a little bit more to get these picks right in this format, I'd say. Genty, in a format like this, I am going to take some Cam Ward, assuming he starts day 1.
Oh gosh. I think I have a glitch where I can't lift it up. I better get a Marion, I swear. Okay, good. Okay, I almost panicked.
Hey, you're at the third spot there? Yeah, Ward.
Yeah.
Genty, Ward, Hampton. As who do we have in the mock here with this? Farizi, Ludsey, Sauce. I know Sauce, Sparrow, Big Vegan, Fourth and Lange. Who's Fourth and Lange? Surely they're part of our community because they've been in a lot of our drafts today. Bordeaux, Joe, Alex is in a fast draft. You love to see it. So we got in the first round so far, Genty, Ward, Omarion Hampton, Travion Henderson, Tet McMillan, Shador Sanders, Quinshawn Judkins, Travis Hunter, Amika Egbuka, and Jackson Dart. We keep seeing Dart go in round one of these drafts. I'm continually surprised by how high Dart is going.
Giants future quarterback.
Burden at the 204 is crazy, man. 204 Luther Burden is just wild. I don't know. I can't get over that.
Well, you're about to find out soon whether he's about to be the guy or not.
I think even if he goes round 2, that still feels kind of crazy to me. UT says if Dart starts 4 games, he'll likely outscore everyone going behind him in this format. Look, there's also a very realistic chance that Dart doesn't start at all, though. I guess in my mind.
I think that it's a big hypothetical, kind of like what I said earlier. Like, it could be 4 games, it could be 8 games. I think there's a possibility he could outscore some, just depending on the landing spot situation, right? Like, I think the analogy that I used last time was if Luther Burden goes to the Titans in the early second rounds with Cam Ward, and Jackson Dart starts 8 games, I would say Jackson Dart will score more points than Luther Burden, potentially, right? I think it just depends on
what happens if Jackson Dart doesn't go round 1 like everyone is projecting, though.
Exactly. That's the risk that you take doing this.
Yeah. Scribble says, did y'all see the quote from Canellis hyping up Xavier Legette as a wide receiver 1?
See at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's seen so far to feel that way. I think it's just an example of a guy trying to put some confidence into a player that's underperforming.
Yeah, leaning into his players. That's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say like, oh, we missed on our first round pick. You know,
I think
you just can't.
I think the context there was more like he was like, oh, like, you know, we had talks to get DK, but like we had so much confidence in Xavier Legette.
Oh, okay.
I think that, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, because that's what I think, you know, briefly read. He was like, oh, I think there was conversations of going for DK and trying to get someone like him, but we got Legette.
I took Jack Besh there. Gonna keep taking my guys. I've got 42.9% ownership of Brashard Smith right now.
Me too. Same.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I don't have any ownership of is Damian Martinez yet. I want to change that.
Okay, that's good. I'll take Brashard Smith then. That's who I was going to take if he took Brashard Smith. I have some Damian Martinez already, nearly 30%, I think.
We got a Hulk, a Legette. Oh, man. Xavier. Yeah.
It's going to give it to you.
I was skeptical myself, but of course you wanna expect the best, I guess.
Yeah, you just have to expect the best. As raccoon eating boy.
All right, Sparrow. Wait, does he eat raccoons?
Yeah, you never heard that?
No.
I mean, I love raccoons. I'll go hunting out for raccoons all the time, man. And he doesn't say.
I'm very curious.
He doesn't. Sorry, Ellen just texted me like something funny, but he doesn't say raccoon. He says I'll eat. I don't want to say it because I think it's actually offensive.
Oh, okay.
The end of raccoon. Take the A-R-A-C out of the word.
Own?
C-O-O-N.
Oh, so take the R-A out.
Sorry, yeah, take the R-A, sorry.
take the rack off. Anyway,
take the rack off. There actually used to be a cheese in Australia called that. Did you know that?
Yes. No, I'm pretty sure it still exists.
No, it's called something else now.
Oh, okay. Johnny says we used to give wide receivers 3 years to come up, wild to quit on them after one year. I mean, the tough part with Leggett is he was already an older prospect, a very, very late breakout, like 5th year senior breakout. And I was already very skeptical of his profile and his overall abilities in the NFL. So I guess you could be saying I'm just victory lapping, a previous opinion maybe. And that could be a fair assessment. But I guess I just struggle to see him succeeding. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I haven't taken any Savion. I kind of want some Savion, so we'll go that direction there. Savion's got to be the most unique prospect in the class.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, I think you compared him
Team
to,
1 just went 3 quarterbacks in a row. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're fine. I mean, once I was just thinking about that, like, yeah, interesting.
See, I'll take Kyle McCord in the last round for fun. In the last round, why not? Let's have some fun. Let's add a Kyle McCord to the roster here. If Kyle McCord ends up being Brock Purdy, then I've just won Origins.
Genuinely. Which is crazy to think about.
Scribble says Matt Harmon noted that he shouldn't be an X. They just don't have anyone who profiles to be deployed there either. Yeah. Well, I think the reason a lot of people got sold on Leggett last year was with like the whole Canales and like Mike Evans comparisons and playing that role for him, and it just, I don't know. It hasn't panned out yet. That doesn't mean that it won't though. There's still a lot of time left, so anything is possible at this point. I don't want to rule out anyone. I mean, to be fair, there was a year you really liked Nico Collins, Badaki, and then he didn't do anything.
Dude,
and then
I like Nico Collins every single year.
You were 1 year early. We all gave up on him a year early, and then he came and just completely dominated with
CJ, and I believe
last year. Yeah,
and I love CJ. I for some reason it just didn't click in my mind.
Yeah.
At that time, but like every single year, even with Davis Mills, I was like, Nico's the number 1 guy. Like, how are we not believing in him?
Yeah.
It's
unfortunate, but it happens. All right, I was the slowest drafter. Apologies. Savion Williams was my best ADP pick. I'm probably not going to change my boosters here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my boosters as well.
Yeah, guys, again, this is fun. We really enjoy doing these Origin drafts with you. Obviously, it's fun to get into a contest where it actually means something. I guess the Kyle McCord thing is funny from the previous mock draft, but, you don't have those scenarios in a real draft like this where someone's just taking a guy to be funny and kind of mess up the ADP. But, yeah, we're enjoying it a lot. If you do sign up with the promo code LAND and get into a contest, please DM me on Discord or Twitter. I would love to give you a free trade question voucher if you're a LAND member on Flock. I'd love to give you our rookie report and my 2025 rankings as well, the cheat sheet. But we are going to go ahead and transition the stream over to some team reviews here. And as of right now, we only have one that we need to do. So if you're out there and you've been waiting to get your team reviewed by us, you want your team playbook, which is a customized game plan for your offseason, customized trade targets. This graphic is sent to you after the live review. If you get it done live, then become a LAND annual Mother Flocker member. All right, you can use that voucher through the Flock store to get your review from us. Just make sure you get it done live. If you want the live tier, you move up to that live tier, but no pressure. Of course, plenty of people do prefer the offline version. Some people just don't want their league to see the review, so we do have some spots available. Now, I think we did just get a submission. Let me double check. So we did just get a submission from Zachary. So that is now 2 live reviews that we'll do today, and then we have room for 2 more, and only 2 more on the same day. Okay. Oh, we have Butterball, who also submitted. My bad. Okay, cool. So Josh, so we have 1 spot left, guys. 1 spot left for these team reviews. So if you're out there, you want your team reviewed, again, just 1 spot left for today. Let's start with Chef Keith. Yes, Chef. Anybody out there watching The Bear? I love The Bear. Can't wait for the next season to come out.
Good show. Good show.
You been watching it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is
it a new season? It's not another one.
No, not a new season yet. But I just love that series altogether.
Okay, yeah, no, I definitely do like it as well.
All right,
go.
Chef Keith here.
Yeah, appreciate you. Let us know if you are here, Chef. If not, it's all good. You're going to be getting a time code with this review on the Flock Fantasy Message System. But this is a 2 quarterback, 12 team start 9, so a classic meat and potatoes. And you're currently, and here's the context. So he says, "Hey guys, love the content. So this will be only my 2nd year ever playing fantasy football. As you can probably tell, I did a terrible job with my Dynasty startup, rookie mistakes. Looking forward to hearing all of your advice." Okay, and your team is called Great Heart Busters, and you're currently ranked 8th out of 12 here.
Yep. Okay, so, not as bad as it could be for an 8th overall team, though. I mean, you're right in the mix there with, being 4th. From 4 to 8, there's not much disparity between all those teams, so that's good. But you said, I think yesterday all we had was meat and potatoes Superflex, and we have another meat and potatoes Superflex here, start 9 again. So, actually, in the chat, he actually said it's start 10, so let's clarify that. Let's fix that on his playbook as well. It is actually a start 10. It is a middle ground, so he just entered it wrong, I think, or it didn't come up. But either way, we know it's a start 10, so that's great. And team name is Great Barat Busters. You can go ahead and read his team. Oh boy,
yeah.
Oh boy.
Drake May, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers. You definitely. Good quarterback room for sure, especially if Aaron goes to the Steelers. At the running back position, not the best. Isaiah Pacheco, Ramondre Stevenson, Jalen Wright. So you're definitely struggling at the running back position there.
Yeah.
At the wide receiver position, you can start at the 5, and here's your starting 5. Ladd, T, Downs, Coker, Booty. Not the strongest outside of Ladd, T, in my personal opinion, with Mark Andrews and David Njoku at the tight end position. You do have the 101, which is good, 205, and you're 26 first.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of work to be done with a roster like this. I almost wanted to convince myself, look, we add Genty to this roster. It's only a start 9. In that scenario, we're starting May, Herbert, Genty, one of Pacheco or Stevenson hopefully keeps their jobs, but there's a possibility neither of them do. Then Ladd, T, Andrews, and then you only need to start 2 more names, but maybe Downs can be reliable. Maybe you can flex Njoku, but that's assuming that no one gets injured and that everybody keeps their jobs and everybody produces. It's more unlikely than likely that happens. I definitely think this feels like a full rebuild or a punt to me.
I would agree. By the way, just really quick sidetrack. Justin Fields is on the waiver wires. Elijah Mitchell is on the waiver wires.
Wow.
Joe
okay.
Michael Mayer's on the waiver wire.
Well, Justin Fields should be your number 1 priority right now. Maybe your waivers haven't opened yet. I don't know. But if I was in a league where I had $100 fab, I would probably spend $100 fab on Justin Fields to get him off the waiver wire.
What, he's been on the Jets for a month now? Probably. Yeah. Has it been a month since he signed with them?
It's been a hot minute.
And they still haven't picked him up?
Yeah.
Like Zach said, you probably can't.
Maybe it's locked until the NFL draft or something. Like a lot of leagues have a similar situation there. So, I would definitely pick him up. even if you don't end up competing this year, I would say it's still worth rostering him. Yeah, I mean, that makes me think like you could potentially compete, but no, I still think it's a punt, man. We're just relying on too much to go right. That could be the case as well, Sparrow. That's true. Some leagues do a combined draft with rookies and free agents, so that could be true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and decide a pathway. Are you leaning full rebuild or punt? Because I think it's one of those two.
I am leaning. I would lean 1 year punt.
Okay.
I would like to see what hypothetically my team would look like with Ashton Genty, or the other way around. We tear down, get some capital. Like,
I don't think either way I would stick at the 101 with a league like this.
Yeah, so like
a team like this.
Can we get some real good capital and continue to build? I would say 1 year punt. Let's see how we go there.
And while I don't like the 2026 class, if your team is in a position like this, I don't think you should just force a contend. And while we want to grab Genty on as many teams as we possibly can, a team like this really needs to use Genty to give him any life for the future, in my opinion, with a lot of these guys being unreliable. So, yeah, I am going to lean 1 year punt with you there. And the untouchables, I'm going to say, are your 2 future first-round picks. I would not sell his future first-round picks. Of course, the 101 makes sense, but I think we're going to try and tear down from it. As far as holds on this team, Downs, Coker, Jalen Wright are all holds that I would really love to kind of hold on to there. We can also add like an Audric Estime until the NFL draft, but it did sound like, based off what the GM of the Broncos said, that they're going to draft a running back. As far as drops, you can drop Vidal. At least I believe you can. You can drop Naylor if you wanted to. Austin is probably droppable. Stone Smart. You know, you got plenty of names. Justin Fields is a priority pickup. I would blow my load for it. All right, if you got $100, we'll spend $100. I mean, think about it. How often do you get a guaranteed starting quarterback and one that is young that has top 12 upside on the waiver wire? Whatever waiver dollars you have, use them. This is what you have them for. You know, and then you can play the silent game for the rest of the offseason where you're doing $0 bids and hoping that, no one else is thinking about the players you're bidding on. So, okay. Overall team grade. C.
I would say
C minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give him C minus. Draft capital here. We can just give it like a B flat, B minus.
I'd say B or B plus because of the 101. That's going to give him a lot of wiggle. Let's go B.
Nice little wiggle.
Yeah. Wiggle. All right. Shall we go to the chalkboard?
Yeah, let's go to the chalkboard. Huh?
So, if you stick and pick, obviously, you're going to grab Ashton Genty. And, full transparency in a start 9. Well, actually, this is start 10. So, I'm not even going to say that. At the 205, you're in this range where there's going to be a lot of running backs that we really like. It depends on draft capital at that point. Maybe a tight end is available there, like Arroyo or Trey Harris is there, or those Iowa State receivers. Those are all possibilities there. Now, the other option is to maximize value, and I think that's what I would really like to do. Tier down for a haul. Okay? So we want to go from the 101, and we want to go from, really anywhere from the 102 to the 107 and get a plus on top of it. That's the idea here. So from the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So the 102, the 103, 104, 105. I mean, we can also look at like a player plus picks as well if some of these don't work out. But I think that is the main move with this team. I also think Pacheco, Stevenson are players we want to sell. Ramondre Stevenson, Isaiah Pacheco, T. Higgins, I think we can probably sell at a really good price right now. Not that you can't build around him, but just
you know, like I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm happy to move him. Yeah.
Yeah, in season sells, I'm probably gonna go Rodgers, Andrews. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers or Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews. Sorry. What's up, Shaq says, how do I get in on this? What's up, brother? We got one spot left for a same-day live review, my friend. If you want to get your team reviewed, very simple. You can become a annual Mother Flocker member on the Flock site. You got to use our promo code LAND, though. And if you do that, you'll get a voucher. Now, when you go through the sign-up process, once you get that voucher on the Flock site, you'll see at the top right, you see where my mouse is right there, or the bottom right, a personal advice tab. You click on this, you go to team review. All right, you link up your teams, Sleeper, ESPN, Yahoo, whatever the case may be. And once you link up your teams, you'll go through that process. And then you'll eventually choose Zach and Badaki from Fantasyland. And the voucher will make your offline review completely free. Or it will make your live review for members only $7. Now, you can also just purchase one a la carte through the Flock store, whatever whatever you want to do if you're a non-member. Let us know if you have any questions, Shaq. But I think that is kind of our game plan. Shall we try and execute it?
Let's do something special right here, huh? I was going through it.
Let's go top to bottom and see our options here. From top to bottom, is that okay?
Yeah, I think I was going through trying to find the 106. The first one you can find is 106, but you go through.
Okay, no, you're right. You're right. Sorry. So 106, and this would be like what? 106 JSN, 106 Wilson, 106 a future first and something. Like those are probably the ideas.
Yeah.
106 JSN, 106 Garrett Wilson, 106 plus a future first. I'd say ideally 2027. So that is an option for sure. I don't think Pittman does anything for us. We don't really care about those quarterbacks. We don't need a tight end, so a little bit limited there. The Gimme More has a 107. So this would be 107 Olave, and I think we could sneak another first into there.
You can get something else, yeah, for sure.
So again, plus a future first, and what we can do is send back our 205 in this deal. You know?
Yeah, perfect.
Maybe you don't have to send the 205. Can you first try the 302 instead? You know, do you think you can get that deal done without even including another pick? But again, ask yourself, what would you sell Jahmyr Gibbs for, Bijan Robinson, and that is the prices you should be expecting. And honestly, as I'm looking at this, I don't think I would pay the 205 in that package. I mean, I think if you actually had a Bijan or a Gibbs, you probably would need to pay this, the 107 Olave and a future first for a talent like that. That might actually be a discount, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely get where you're coming from. I'm okay with all those trades there.
What about something simple like the 103 and the 104? Maybe you can add like the 202 on top of that.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 202. I'm happy with getting something like that, or like a Trey Benson.
Sure.
See if you can, still getting young, right? And getting a guy we still believe in. I know James Conner just got a contract extension, but we believe in Trey Benson and his opportunity.
Yeah, video coming out on him this upcoming week. But yeah, that's definitely a great option, I would say. So we've gone 103, we've gone 106, we've gone 107. We did 103, we did 104. We did the 106, we did the 107. We're just looking for the 102 and the 105 now. And Touch and Love Squeezing has a 102. They have no future first, so it'd have to be like the 102 Marv, and I don't think they'd be willing to do that, rightfully so.
No.
But could you send them your 205? I mean, I think we would both do that.
Yeah.
Probably unlikely to happen with the 102. Thrill House has a 105. So this would be like the 105. Probably Ayuk, Waddle, and something.
Ayuk, Waddle.
Sorry, as in like one of those in a future first.
Yeah. In a future first? Okay, yeah, sure. I thought you were saying Brandon Ayuk and Waddle.
I'll take on one of them.
Yeah, I'd rather have the first. I get what you're saying.
So, and we have to say this sometimes, but to be clear, this is what we would expect from the 101. And if no one in your league is willing to pay that price, that's okay. Grab Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
Keep him on your team. See if offers come through the next 3 or 4 months, 5 months. Be patient with it. In a rebuild, patience is your best friend. Wait until the NFL draft. During your actual rookie draft, is there more power in your trade? You can wait if you don't get this type of value. And if no one's willing to pay for it, ultimately, keep Ashton Genty and build around him. Do not sell him on the low. Ramondre Stevenson, I would say anywhere from like the 207 to the 210 range, I would sell him. Same for Pacheco. Yeah. And then T. Higgins is going to be able to net you some pretty good results. I want to look at teams who need wide receiver that are competing. So let's look like Lou Dormat. He has the 110. That's not really going to move a mountain for us. But what about the 110 Pearsall?
Yeah, exactly. 110 and Ricky.
I don't think that's enough, though.
No? What's T. Higgins valued right now? Is he like the 107?
I think he's like, no, he's 105 worst case scenario.
105?
Yeah.
So then 110, Ricky, and I guess you can't really add anything. I don't want.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is the perfect fit. Maybe Ricky, the 110 in a future first. Bear with me, okay? Ricky Pearsall, the 110, future first. And then we're going to send back T. Higgins and Pacheco or Stevenson and the 205. What about something like that?
T. Higgins, Pacheco, 205.
Maybe you can just offer the 302.
Yeah, I would try that first.
Not a perfect fit, though. This guy has Olave. Can we go and grab Olave in the 107? And then try and send back something similar? Does he need running back?
Our guy or the Olave guy?
The Olave guy doesn't need running back, unfortunately.
No.
But he does need tight end. We could send him Njoku in that deal.
Yeah, we could try that.
Or Mark. Yeah, I think that's possible. At least it's a plausible starting point. Maybe you add the 207 and then you send the 302 in that deal. I would probably do that for Mark or Njoku. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I'm cool with that.
I like that a lot. Okay. Those are your main options here, my friends. A lot of ideas we've thrown out for you. As far as in season with Aaron Rodgers, I think if you can get any second in any year, you take it and you run. As far as Mark Andrews goes, the tough part is I think he's more of a buy than a sell right now. So that's why I'm saying to wait in season. But I would say multiple seconds in season is the most that you could probably net. But you'll have to monitor his value as you do this 1 year punt. But yeah, man. This is the path that we would take. It's, your team's not in the best position, but it's, you have enough assets to really get you out of that position. While the team isn't where we want it to be, there's more than enough flexibility to get on the right track. And I think we've helped you kind of identify that track.
Yeah, Chef, man, we appreciate you. And as you're watching this back, you should be receiving this within 72 hours on the Flock Fantasy message system with everything that we drew up here for you today. Good team or decent team. Probably not what you wanted to hear with the 1 year punt and trying to get where you want to be and compete. But I think this is a good pathway for you, man. Thank you so much for the support.
Yes, appreciate you big time. All right, JD Butterball is next. All right, we
I'm
have
pretty
one.
sure he was here, right?
We have one spot left for a same-day review, by the way, if anybody wants to hop on that last one. No pressure whatsoever, but you can check out the pinned comment in the chat if you want to get, your last review in there. I'll put also a new link in the chat in case anybody can't see the pinned comment. Josh is here with us. Butterball is in the building. I repeat, Butterball is in the building, okay? So, let's get started, shall we? Start 11, by the way, so that's a big boy league.
Yeah, it is a big boy league.
He says, join now before the tariffs kick in. That's a
gosh, I mean, what the people want.
That's the other thing I would say is like a culture shock moving to Australia is like, I don't know. It's weird to see how many countries care about your politics. Sometimes more than you almost. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's just because specifically America does influence the rest of the world.
Oh,
so
totally. I agree.
They know that.
Yeah.
So they get really upset when. Yeah, I mean, we can go into a whole rant about that, but anyways,
we probably shouldn't.
Appreciate you, JD. Thank you so much for the support. Just looking for advice if I should wait another year or push the chips in. Love the content, especially the 2026 class stuff. Thanks for what you do here. And this is a 2-quarterback, 12-team start 11 with 0.5 tight end premium here. Let's have a look at your team. You're currently ranked 2nd out of 12.
Let me see these TDs, bro. Let me see them.
A classic.
Remember the first time you saw TDs?
Here. The first time? Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Eli Manning down to Mark Tuma. Anyways, at the quarterback position, Drake made Justin Herbert, J.J. McCarthy with Daniel Jones. Phenomenal quarterback room. Great depth. That's all you need right there. At the running back position, Zach Charbonnet, J.K. Dobbins, Will Shipley. Not the strongest, literally the worst running back room in the league there, but that's okay. I see some draft capital. Hopefully we can fix that. You can start up to 6
hold on.
wide
Audio's
receivers.
Bugging. Let me fix that. I think I know how to fix that. Give me
Audio's
a second.
bugging.
Sorry, guys.
Respectfully.
Hold on.
Respectfully.
Okay, are we better now? Does it sound better now? How are we feeling, guys? Does it sound better now?
Check. Can you hear me? Yeah, that sounds better. I can hear it. Sorry about that, guys.
Back? Apologies.
We are back.
So, last night, Badaki and I were on a call with someone, and the little like cord to my mic, I actually went to grab something and I just smashed it and it like bent. So right now, what I'm using, as we ordered one from Amazon, is I'm using the charger to my keyboard, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, so kind of just holding on right now for a new cord. But okay, sorry, continue.
Audio's bugging respectfully.
I love that. By the way, Zach, yes, you will be the right now you'll be the last one. We have one more spot, but we see your review here. You'll be the last one if no one else signs up, but we'll definitely get to yours 100%.
At the wide receiver position, you can start up to 6 wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, Jordan Addison, and then De'Ami Brown are your 6 starting wide receivers. So the depth does fall off. I think your starting 5 is great. Getting another 5th wide receiver might be crucial there with George Kittle, Brenton Strange, which is great. But you have the 103, 201, 206, 212, and you have 226 firsts there. Okay. Not bad. Not a bad team, I think.
Yeah. It's interesting. Start 11 makes you really question the especially at the running back spot. Like, you really have no one we can rely on there. But I like the bones. So, again, think about the starting lineup right now. May, Herbert, I guess Sharps, Dobbins, but those guys probably aren't starting. CD, Brown, Kittle, then Ayuk, Olave, Addison, and you need to start one more name, which, I don't know. Maybe that's De'Ami, Britton. I don't really know. You're not far off. The thing with this team is, outside of CeeDee Lamb, I really don't see like a name that we can kind of tear down to push us into a full-on
where we want to go.
I think this team is a sneaky sleeper. I think that is the best pathway for a team like this. We're not going to be concerned about scoring the fewest amount of points as possible in our league for 2026 class. That's not even, that exciting as of right now. But we're not going to have the expectations that, like, we have to go out there and win this year. I think this is the definition of a sleeper, depending on how these draft picks pan out.
Yeah, I definitely like that pathway. I think there are some key pieces that you can toss in here, depending on how, like Zach was talking about, how everything is going to be panning out there. So you have capital.
He said he's tried a CD tear down, by the way, and no one is taking it. See, that's the tough part if you have CD Lamb and you're in a position like this. CD is much more of a buy than he is a sell right now. He's a far better buy than he is a sell. So I think we go sleeper pathway here. Maybe we sell off AJ Brown. I think, and then maybe a Brown Kittle move we can have a look at this year at the right time. Outside of that, I think I'm holding and just kind of playing with house money this year. How about you?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right, overall team grade. This is a good team. You have multiple firsts and 26. Draft capital grade, I'm gonna go around like a B+. Overall team grade, I'd probably say a B flat for now, just because the running back room is so decimated. But I think this has the potential to really develop into like a strong B+, A- at some point, I did think about that, TD, as well. I thought about moving a quarterback. It's tough when I feel like all the quarterbacks are guys I want to buy and not sell, like a May, Herbert, McCarthy. That I did think about that as well, but just the way I look at it at the moment, I would find it tough to sell those guys when I see so much potential for their value to improve. Shall we go to the chalkboard? Well, we need to do some admin first.
Yeah, holds. So, holds, I'll put Brenton Strange.
Yep.
Maybe Brandon Ayuk. I don't know how many you want to put.
Yeah, I love Ayuk. I love McCarthy as a hold on this team. I also think Olave is worth holding as well. Drops, you can drop Ron the Don, Xavier, Palmer, Emmanuel Wilson, Akers. You got plenty of drop options. Dotson. I could go further beyond that if we wanted to. You could pick up Miles Sanders to try and sell him in season should he have any role, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so I think we're all set on admin.
Okay, let's hop over to the chalkboard. Today, Junior.
Today.
Okay. Let's get down and dirty. Let's get some work going here, shall we? Shall we do the damn thing?
Let's do the damn thing.
If you're at the 103, you're really kind of in a position where, at the moment, consensus looks like Hampton or McMillan. Now, obviously, the NFL draft is going to drastically change some of this. I am someone who has said that if Burden and McMillan go in round 1, I probably would rank them the same. And there's a chance that, 3 running backs go in round 1, and then we're thinking about a different running back here instead of McMillan. There's definitely plenty of options there, but the good news is your needs are running back, and that's probably going to be the BPA at most of these picks anyway.
Exactly.
We see Caleb Johnson fall often. You could consider him at the 201, or a Sanders if he goes round 1 and falls. The Igbukas, whoever the best available player is there, you can go. Maybe you draft Sanders, and then in season you can look at trading a Herbert or something off a high if he has a really good year. At the 206, you're kind of in this range where it's all these running backs that we love. You can add those Iowa State boys there. The Jalen Knowles, the Jaden Higgins to the end of this list as well. But truly BPA pretty much across the board, especially as a sleeper. You don't want to force a certain position. Just go with the best available player. It's so easy to say, but for some reason it's so hard for a lot of dynasty owners to do. And I don't really understand why, because we all need to keep in mind that your rookie draft is probably in May. You do not need to figure out your roster before, September?
Yep.
So stop drafting like the NFL, starts the week after your rookie draft, And I'm not saying that Josh is doing this. This is more just a general
Generalization.
For everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a team like this, though, I don't mind tearing down from the 103 with a team like this.
I think we can tear down because in reality, I don't think the 103 and the 201 is enough for us to fill the holes that we want to do to be a sneaky contender, or a sneaky sleeper, excuse me. So
yeah, we can go all the way down to the 7 here.
Yeah, if we can get like the 107, get a running back like the Quinshons, the Travions, if hypothetically they do fall there, and then get a low end running back potentially there, or some more depth at the running back, a wide receiver position, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, definitely, Josh. We will include options for 2026 picks. I knew that video was going to be controversial. Yeah, and I totally get, like, everyone's always like, well, you got to hold picks, and they're the cheapest they've ever been. I still think, and I've seen this in our leagues, so many people are sharp in our leagues, but I still think there's a slight window for you to sell those picks for players that you can still build around. And that's, of course, there is going to be players who come out of the woodworks this year for 2026. I can totally recognize that. But you can still go out and trade for players that you can build around who are young, So we'll have a look at maybe we'll sell one of your 26 first, because you have 2. Where is the other one? It's from unnamed number B. Is that like
it's unnamed
an orphan or something?
5. I'm assuming number 5, team ranked 5, right?
So they're about to add Genty. Their picks probably going to be pretty bad. They're going to be starting Burrow, Tua, Genty, Connor, Amon-Ra, Higgins, Hawkinson in a premium, Waddle, Downs, Diggs, Jacoby. Assuming health, that team's probably going to be pretty good. So we'll have to consider that. You probably want to keep yours, and if you sell any of them, sell his. I'm just going to call it unnamed team, so you know that. Okay, so we've got a pathway here. AJ Brown we talked about as a potential sell if the market is there. And we're going this sleeper route. Kittle, you could look at selling in season in a premium.
I think AJ Brown might be a bit difficult, but
yeah, we'll just explore it and see what options there are. So let's try and find who has the 103, 104 downwards rather. Sorry. So the 105 is Cat with a tie. So they have the 105. Rashee Rice would be incredible.
Yeah, it would be good.
I think the idea would be like you have the 201, so I think you and I would both be super comfortable to go down to the 105, grab Rashee Rice, and send the 201. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we would both be super comfortable with that.
I completely agree. You're still in that tier to get a running back, and you just got more depth at the wide receiver position. That's linked to a premier quarterback there.
You could try the 206 first. You could try the 206 and the 303. You could even try and to add that 311 as well. And then, if that doesn't get you there, which it wouldn't get there for me, you need to add the 201. That's a great idea for your team. All right, let's keep looking. Bromero. This team, I struggle to see them really thinking they can tier up. I mean, this team sucks.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can tear up from here. Everything's older. There's no young players, and if there's young players, it's just way too out of reach. Like Jameson.
Yeah,
it's just
that's probably not going to happen. So let's go ahead and rule out the 106 there. The 102, we've got the 112 there. Sonic and Friends at the 107. I just don't like Zay Flowers, man. What about the 107? Okay, well, the simple ask here is a future first.
Yeah. 107, 26.
And you could even send back like your 206 or something. Or you could try first that 212 maybe. I guess I would do it for Zay. I'm not gonna lie. I would probably still do it for Zay. I just don't really want to target Zay in trades. But of course, if that is offer that's on the table, it would be silly for you not to take it.
To try and take that, yeah, I would agree.
The 104 is only one spot back, but I don't think I would do George Pickens for this. Is that crazy?
I'm not a big George Pickens guy personally, so I wouldn't want to do George Pickens. I'd rather have.
Yeah,
Zay.
I don't think the 104 is a good fit for us. The great news about most of these deals that we've kind of chalked up for you here is that you can compete and be that sleeper, sneaky contender with all these deals still. 26 first. So it's a late first. Let's go back to my video and kind of reference those price points for a late first. You know, I'll be honest, the late first doesn't have as much power in these trades. I used a lot of them in like a tier up, which is not exactly what we're wanting to do with your team. But for example, like James Cook, you could take the risk on a Chase Brown, Ken Walker, because I think if you're going to use those picks, ideally you add to your running back room, right? So
yeah,
he already has Charbonnet. And if you go out and you grab Ken Walker, which, you know, you have said before in leagues that you're rebuilding, you'd be willing to move Ken Walker, then there is, you know, really not a lot of risk for him in that scenario, because there's actually a chance in a year from now he could actually have 2 starters if Charbonnet goes somewhere or Walker goes somewhere
else. Exactly. I think it's Walker's last year as well.
Yeah, I would definitely do Walker, Cook, Brown. I think those are the guys I would 100% be comfortable with your team. If you were more in a contending status and you were like ready to go, I wouldn't be opposed to a Chuba Hubbard. And maybe we can think of an idea here that is still doable, but we get something else in return. So who has Hubbard? So the 202 is too much to ask for. There's really not a happy place here, is there? This guy's definitely going to be willing to sell Chuba with his team.
Yeah, he probably
There's just
will.
no middle ground here to get us to a deal.
To get there. Yeah.
Well, you could ask for the 202.
I mean, the 201,
and then you can
maybe
send back the 212.
Wouldn't the 201 just be something we were trying? I mean, where's Chuba Hubbard?
What you're saying, send his 201 instead of the 26 first.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
And then like if that can be pulled off, you know, if I have to send the 212, the 201, the 212, you know, you can start there.
302 or something.
Yeah, and then if you have to do like, if you have to do 201, 206, see what more you can get back in return. Like I feel like that's a lot. You can get Chuba and then something, where this guy has nothing.
Yeah.
Outside of Chuba.
Yeah. But again, if you're not going to go running back, I'd probably keep that pick. AJ Brown's the last one. And I think in an ideal scenario with AJ, we would want to tier down. And
yes,
you really should have done that last year. Actually, let's look at expert consensus, because I'd like to see more.
I just don't know where AJ. Yeah, I was trying to pull it up.
He's 13 right now, so a tear down would be like a Olave, a DJ,
probably Olave,
Waddle,
yeah,
Metcalf,
maybe. Ayuk, maybe.
So who did I said? I said Waddle, I said Olave, I said Metcalf. You said Ayuk. I like that a lot as well.
Yeah, Ayuk.
Or he might already have Ayuk.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know how far you want to go. I mean, you can go to the lengths of like rookie, but
yeah, I would even go to DJ.
Yeah,
for sure I would do DJ. All right, let's have a look at those options real quick. So let's start with Waddle, Mr. Waddle. Who has Mr. Waddle? Waddle is on that unnamed team. Were we trying to do something with them earlier? I can't remember. We were. This is
we
the
just
first.
have it first.
Yeah.
We have that first. Yeah.
So that actually could intrigue them to get a little upgrade there. I think it would be like Waddle. Could you grab their 27 first? And then you can send back AJ Brown and like the 20. What do you have? The 205? Is that what you have? 206. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about that? I like that.
I think it just depends on how he values AJ Brown. I find that might be difficult, but like, yeah, we can definitely try that. Obviously,
you think AJ Brown's worth more or less?
I think that I don't think people are going to see much of a difference with the AJ Brown and Waddle.
Really?
That's what I think. I think the way I'm seeing in the community, it's like, well, AJ Brown's already outside the top. What was it? Top 12. Obviously he had a down year because he missed 6 games.
Okay.
I think people are really undervaluing him. Like, I think people would rather have
on keep trade cut alone. There's a 13 spot difference.
Okay.
And people are saying Anthony Richardson and Waddle would make it even. Loveland and Waddle would make it even. I think he's more valuable than you're giving him credit for, personally.
Maybe I'm off on it, but I guess it's maybe the feeling I had with the AJ Brown stock that I've been trying to get. Sure. Or I've been trying to
sell.
To sell.
Okay, well, look, there's no harm in asking. There's no harm in feeling. What's up, Neezy? He says, Zach, I know it's not the same, but Singapore has Popeyes. Love that. Josh says, if they ban the tush push, yeah, I probably will go Popeyes. Shake Shack I know is there, which I love Shake Shack. So Josh, if they ban the tush push, it doesn't sound like that's going to happen. So I still think
not going to change anything.
These Eagle receivers are still going to get cocked blocked by the goal line.
By the tush pushy.
Okay, so let's try Olave next.
Yeah, he has Olave, by the way.
He already has Olave, right? Okay, yeah. So sorry, he has Olave and Ayuk. So let's actually get rid of both of those guys. My B. Let's go Metcalf here. Metcalf, I think, is a great option personally. In certain leagues, I think you can really get him cheap and make a difference here. Would you do Metcalf in the 109?
Yeah.
No brainer, right?
Yep.
So you can try that. If that doesn't work, do you need to add the 212? I think you and I would both still do that if we had to.
I'm not a big DK guy, but I would still do that for the 109 and the Metcalf.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look at JMO and then DJ. So Jamison Williams. Okay. Who's got JMO? I think it's that team who's like just really bad, right?
Yeah, the Brock Bowers, Robo.
Yeah, this guy's not going to tear up. Let's be real. But I would also say, like, if you get an offer of like the 103 to the 105, I think you take it in his scenario too. Let's look at the DJ Moore owner. Okay, DJ Moore owner. This could work, actually. Yeah, huh. How can we get DJ and Rice? Do you think AJ and the 20... Will the 206 get us close? I hate KTC. I really do. But I want to just check it to see if it would even kind of get us in range. AJ and the 206 for DJ Moore and Rice. Oh, wait. I did that wrong. Yeah. Beautiful. I would love that for this team.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, and the last thing is Kittle. And I think, this one's really simple. I think it's in season, and you try and trade for the most attractive first that you can get your hands on. you know.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that's the route we would take here, Butterball. Please let us know if there's anything we didn't cover well enough. And if there's any questions that you have, anything we didn't go in depth enough about. I want to make sure you leave here and you feel very good about the review. Like Badaki always says, you will get your team playbook within the next 72 hours. It'll be customized to everything that we talked about today. But now is your time to shine.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Questions.
Thank you so much.
Big time.
Let's get this one ready.
He says, so I would grab a tight end in the rookie draft to supplement Kittle. With Strange going in as a sleeper, I don't think you would absolutely need to. But
I think it also depends on what happens with Strange, to be fair.
Yeah. Like in
my opinion.
I think running back's a bigger need for you. But in the scenario that you tiered back from the 103 to like the 107, 106, one of those picks, if tight end ends up being the most valuable player there, then you can totally go grab tight end. But also like the second round, if a Loveland somehow falls or an Arroyo is there at the 206 or the 212, I think you can take some shots on those tight ends with those later picks as well. And I want to make sure, yeah, there's no one really on the waiver wire that we were like obsessed with. But yes, my friend, I hope that is helpful. He says, thanks so much. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support. And Zaddy Daddy looks like he is set to be the last team of the night.
Yo, Zaddy Daddy.
Still have one spot remaining for a team playbook, same day live review, but no pressure. But you can get your team playbook, which you've seen us doing all these customized ideas for these people. We'll do that for you, right? You'll get the playbook afterwards. All you need to do is become a Land Annual Mother Flocker member. You can use your voucher through the Flock store to get a team playbook from us. If you want it done live, just make sure you get that live tier. Otherwise, you can get the offline version completely free with your voucher as an annual member. Completely up to you. The upgrade is just $7 additional for members. You can see Zaddy Daddy here upgraded as well. He says, he let us know if you're with us, brother. But go ahead and take us away, Badaki.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Please let us know if you're here. Jump in at any point in time. He says, I was the champ of this league last year. Congratulations. This is the first full year following the startup before the NFL draft last season. Looking for advice to bolster my wide receiver room. I would like to go back to back. Can we chat about some moves we can make to get me through to that trophy again? I love the land. Appreciate you, Zaddy.
Alrighty.
And this is a 12 quarterback, 12 team start 10. So
12
you classic, 12 team, start 10. The classic meat and potatoes.
Love it.
Or sorry, classic middle ground. I apologize. I'm all over the place right now. Start 10, super flex. You currently rank second out of 12. Looks like there's 11 teams. Looks like you might have a team that's not linked to anyone right now, but that's okay. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, JJ McCarthy, phenomenal quarterback room. Leave it, set, and forget. At the running back position, Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, Kenneth Walker, Jalen Wright, another great, phenomenal running back room. And you can start up to 5 wide receivers. And here's your starting 5. Drizzy Drake London, Lamb McConkey.
I didn't even have the team up. I apologize.
That's okay. Drizzy Drake London, Lamb McConkey, Ricky Pearsall, Josh Downs, Jalen McMillan is your starting 5.
It's a 3 receiver league, apparently.
So 3
it's
receiver,
more like
2 flex.
a 2 flex, yeah.
Yeah, 3 receiver, 2 flex, which is the same thing, I guess. And then at the tight end position, not the strongest, but Kate and Pat the Dragon Fryermuth there. With no picks in 24 and 25, essentially in the 4th rounder.
This is going to be a little more difficult, I think, to maneuver around in this league. Well, there's really not a receiver I want to tear down from, right? So there's not much flexibility there. You have no tight end that's really worth talking about. So the question is, do you want to tear down from Bijan or Josh Allen to make some moves?
Yeah.
I don't really know I want to do that with this team. His starting lineup right now would be Allen, Herbert, Bijan, Bucky. Bucky's probably a big reason you won your championship. London, Ladd, maybe Kate Otten, and then we need 3 more starters. Which would be Pearsall, Downs, Walker. McMillan probably helped you as well. Keenan might have
Yeah, and
helped
that
you.
playoff stretch.
Is there anyone on the waiver wire here? What?
And the team is not linked. There's only 11 teams. I'm assuming this team is
Okay.
not linked. I'm not,
Okay,
which is
yes.
unfortunate because we can't really see who's available in the waiver wires.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the chat what big waiver wire names are actually available. Right now, it's mainly the orphan team that's filling up the waiver wire. Okay, so assuming health, I think this team has a great chance to go back to back. See, this is a team that I would probably sell my 26 firsts and second to go out there and compete again this year. This is the kind of team that I feel is primed for that video I spoke about 2026 picks. I think this type of team is primed to go out and do something like that, personally.
Yeah, and I like this team. I don't think you're too far off. I mean, I think we kind of went through the lineup, but you can put Kenneth Walker in that flex since there's 3 wide receivers. You have your starting 3 with the expectations of Ricky taking a big step, Drake, McConkey, and Pierce all there. Throw Kenneth Walker in that flex option, and then you can flex down. So getting another guy with that 26 first, the DJ Moores, the T Higgins of the world, that could really take your team to the next level.
Appreciate you, HYFR. When I think of that, I think of Drake. Hell yeah. Can write. That's what it makes me think of, but maybe it for something else. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
For people who don't want to spend money, how should we prepare for our rookie drafts? Join our stream every day. Join other people's streams every day. Get into real mock drafts. And watch people's content. You know, that's probably your best way, my friend. The amount of free content that everyone on the Flock site provides for you guys is pretty. It's
kind of crazy.
Pretty vast, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So overall team grade. Do you have your 27 first? All your picks, Zach? Overall team grade. It's a very good team. Tight end spot. Very tricky. I'd probably lean.
We'll say this is for me, I think this is like a B- team.
B- seems harsh.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking B+. The reason I say that is because the combo of Allen, Bijan, London, Bucky alone is kind of mental, no?
Yeah, I mean, that is a nice one. I guess just depending on what the 26 is going to offer and the tight end room.
Yeah.
Or sorry, just really depends.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as your untouchables on this team, I would probably say Allen, Bijan. In fact, they're probably the main pieces. I guess you could say Bucky, but that would break my heart. They're probably the main pieces that you could tear down from and make a difference in this roster, but I'd like to compete with them. So that's probably why we'll use your 26 picks here. Because again, the point is to win your league. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is it okay to say windows open for a roster like this? I mean, you could just say contender, but I feel like there's urgency to win with this, even though it's young.
I think since it is young, I'm happy to keep it as a contender because he also won already. Yeah. I would think this is a contender even if we sell his 26 pick.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So we'll keep that in mind, obviously.
And draft capital was like a D, C minus, D plus.
Yeah,
something?
C minus, D plus is fine with me either way.
I'm just gonna run to the bathroom and you go for it.
Yeah, let me just quickly tell you the holds so you can have that down.
Oh, yeah, so I have I'll tell you what I wrote down. I put Ricky.
Yeah, I love it.
McMillan, Jalen Wright, and Josh Downs.
Okay, perfect. I would add McCarthy instead of Downs, but
yeah, we can change that. We can put JJ McCarthy.
Drops, you have so many options. Okay, so you can write down whatever you want, but I can go ahead and go to the bathroom. But I'll just say to you, Zaddy Daddy, the amount of drops you have here is immense. Zacchaeus, Ray, Tipton, Burton, Rice. You could drop an immense amount of these wide receivers if you needed to clear space. Of course, you don't need to. Assuming there's no one on the waiver wire, that is interesting. right? So, you said you only have 2 seconds and 4/5. So you don't have a first and 27. Can you clarify that, Zach? Just say, I don't have a first and 27. Keys, hey, we can do this after this review. Keys, just stick around and re-ask it in the chat, and we have no problem doing that. Okay, so yes, let's go to the chalkboard here. They're really, I think it's almost pointless to even talk about draft capital because all you have is a 4th round pick. Okay, but probably I want to use your 26 first and your 26 second. And I would like to try and shop for a tight end and probably another receiver. I think you're pretty good at running back depth, and you have a start 3 receiver league, so I think that should be our focus. Again, tight end and a starting receiver. Ideally, we can identify a rebuilding team and just give them both. That would be an ideal scenario. Let's have a look at and sort this by teams who have the most draft strength. The Kennel 2.0. I imagine they have a lot of firsts. So they don't really have a tight end. Yeah, this might not work with them. That's okay. Let's keep looking. Shane gets puked on. They look more like a punt. They have no tight end. So that's not going to work. Jared Powers here. He has Laporta Adunze. You could probably get Laporta. That's the first thing I would do is go Sam Laporta. It's a half premium, so the premium is probably not going to have as much power in this league. But I'd be willing to make that move for sure with your roster currently constructed. He has no first this year. All right, what we're going to do is we're actually sort by tight end strength first. Let's find a team that has some tight ends they can play around with. So like Njoku Moore would be perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. We'll send both our 26 first and second. Give us DJ Moore and David Njoku, and we'll call it a day. We'll feel completely fine about that. That's probably exactly what you need. But let's keep looking. Let's keep on keeping on. All right, this guy is Trey McBride. We've got a Hawkinson owner here. Could you do like a Hawkinson Adams in a premium? That could also, I think, put you over the edge there. I think that might be great. I got a video coming out on Adams here soon. Kraft, probably not. Laporta, Kincaid, Ferg. So, like Mark Andrews and Garrett might actually be great. That would actually be perfect as well. I think Andrews is a great buy low for contenders like you. Your options are going to get really limited as we get down the board. Yeah. Those are probably the only tight end teams that can really help you. You said the Adunze owner wants a first and second for him in 26. Okay. Let's have a look here. Well, first off, man, can we get Adunze and Laporta somehow? Oh, can we find a way to do that? What if you offered like you're higher on Auten than us both? Look, I think Auten showed that he can produce, but my issue with him is with Godwin back and McMillan emerging and Bucky being such a great receiving threat as well as Rachaad White, it's tough to see how much of that pie he's going to consistently get, man. You know, the Evans, Godwin, McMillan, Bucky, Rachaad. I mean, there are like 6 legitimate target earners there. That's tough. That's why I'm a little bit lower on him. But that doesn't mean I'm right either. You really ideally need Keenan to sign somewhere where he can give you one more year. Just give us one more year of production. Okay, but what if we offered him like a package that included Josh Downs? Do you think this would get him to a Dunze Laporta? And you could also send him like Kate Otten. Or even Pat. You know? So you send your first and your second away. You get a reliable tight end to compete with for multiple years. And you get a clear upgrade on a Dunze who he himself, his value could clearly rise, you know? So yeah, I think that's a really good idea for you personally. He says he's a Wilson D rider, wants a haul. Okay, so the Wilson one might not work. Yeah, I really like this idea here where you go Downs, Pat. Now, if you can think of a scenario where you don't have to get rid of Josh Downs, that's ideal. I mean, as much as I love Jalen McMillan, but you're probably in a position where McMillan sending him off is better. But, or even like Cedric Tillman, you know, like that kind of route. Does he have, excuse me, and does he have a, no, he doesn't have like a quarterback 3 that we could navigate with, but I like that idea a lot. Can we move Otten since I have Bucky and McMillan? Yeah. So you think one of these would get the job done? Like if you think this deal with Otten gets the job done, or Pat, that's ideal. Like either of these ways where you probably want to keep Downs to compete this year with. McMillan's going to have a lot of targets to compete with. These 3 options, I think, really give us everything we want. You know, no matter what it looks like, you're adding a Dunze who I think is going to drastically improve his value. You know, I got a video on both these Bears receivers coming out in the next 3 or 4 days. But, you know, think about it. You lose Downs in one of these average tight ends, but then your lineup is going to look so much better. You'll be starting Allen, Herbert, Bijan, Bucky, London, Ladd, Sam Laporta, and then your 3 flex spots can be a Dunze, Pearsall, Ken Walker. You still have, you know, Downs in that scenario if you use McMillan that you can rely on as a flex. Tillman, if he breaks out, Keenan can maybe give you something. And then if all goes to shit and you have a bunch of injuries, you still have names like Josh Allen and Bijan that you could tear down from in season to compete with still. So I think that is your ideal outcome. But the issue is there's not a lot of tight ends that are worthy of sending a first for right now.
I'm sending a first. Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is, you can really just go for 3, and 2 of them you probably need multiple firsts or a lot to get them, right? And Brock Bowers and Trey. So it's probably your best window to go this route, unless you go like a high end wide receiver.
Well, I also went like Hawk Adams could work for him in a premium.
Yeah,
Hawk Adams. Exactly. I really love the David. To be honest, I think my preference is maybe. Oh no, if you can get a Dunze Laporta, that's my preference. Yeah, but I actually really also like the DJ Moore, Njoku, and Hawk Adams deals as well. And then, yeah, alternatively, you can target like an Ayuk, Jameson, Olave, Flowers with that 26 first as well. I don't think you need running back help. I think you need to go wide receiver tight end there. And again, then in season, if you need to make some drastic moves, you can tear down from Allen. You know, get a young guy who's producing and a wide receiver you can start if injuries happen or whatever the case may be. But I think that's the main path I would take here. Zaddy Daddy, please let me know if you have any other questions. I mean, the other ideas here would just be all the names that we said, like the Chris Olaves, right? the Brandon Ayuks. With you already having Pearsall, maybe we don't go after an Ayuk. The Zay Flowers of the world. Those kind of names. Hawkinson, I don't really want to go running back because that's just not a need of ours. With that second, so many guys come to mind like Devontae Adams. You already have a lot of bucks. Let's not go Evans, Godwin, but
the second rounders. So what is it? Devontae Adams. I think you said no Chris Godwin, right? So Devontae Adams. I'm just gonna say Chris Godwin.
Jerry Jeudy, maybe.
Yeah, the Jerry Jeudy's. You can potentially Tyreek Hill. I doubt it. Shakira. You can go Portland Sutton. You can. Yeah. I don't know how far you want to go down.
Yeah. But he says, I think that would do it with Otton. Okay, great. I think that would be perfect for your team, man. And again, I prefer to send McMillan instead of Downs because I think Downs is going to help you compete a little more this year. But, McMillan was just so good last year towards the end. But with Godwin coming back, it's just it's so difficult to project volume. So, yeah, I think you want to keep Downs if possible. He says, I'm good, guys. Thank you. No, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for showing some love and constantly coming back, renewing your membership each year and showing some love to the channel. I appreciate you big time, my friend.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You should be receiving your playbook within 72 hours on the Flock Fantasy Message System, customized with everything that we drew up for you here today. Thank you so much, Zachary. His Zaddy's daddy.
Yep.
Love.
I'm pretty sure that means our live queue is completely free. Tech, Nurka, and CC, we're going to get to your offline reviews here in the next day or so. But yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Love.
I tried Zay for a 26 first after your video, and he told me to kick rocks. Yeah, I don't even feel that good about doing Zay. I'm not even sure how much I like it myself. So it's funny that the Zay owner's so, why are Zay owners so bold? Genuinely, what do they have in their pockets about Zay Flowers that I'm missing? Someone please tell me.
No idea. You tell me, man.
Rashad Bateman broke out last year. Likely is looking great. They signed DeAndre Hopkins. They're in an offense that runs the ball more than most people, that throws the ball fewer than most people. And he declined in points per game from his rookie to his second season. And he was good. He was still good. I just don't know what these people are so stuck up about with him. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. Okay. All right, guys. You know the dealio. You can submit a team playbook through the Flock site if you become an annual member or if you do one a la carte. We can answer one last question. No doubt we can do that. Let me know, HYFR. We can answer one final question. We also had Keegs. I don't know if Keegs is still here. But yeah, we can answer one final question and we'll call it a day. Appreciate everybody being here with us, showing some love, drafting with us on FastDraft. That was very exciting. Check out the pinned comment. You can see the link where you can use our promo code at sign up. And when you do so, you'll get your deposit matched up to $50. That's 10 free drafts on us. DM me if you do sign up with our promo code, by the way, because I would love to give you a free trade question voucher if you're a member with land on the Flock side as well. He says, why is no one talking about McCord? What are his flaws? He really elevated a pathetic Syracuse team and broke ACC single season records this year. Yeah, I think if anyone is Brock Purdy, I think Kyle McCord fits the mold, of a late guy that could probably be a starter. I think for me, I just think it's the top end,
it's just the top end.
The talent, the top end talent.
Exactly.
The overall arm strength, the type of things that you see on a piece of film that make you say, whoa, the talent is just, you can it's like the opposite of Anthony Richardson almost, in my opinion, where it's like you look at all the tools and you're like, oh my God, what could this possibly be? With Kyle, it more feels like, and I'm just speaking from like what I've heard from other scouts, is that it's more of like I know what he is, and that's fine. He can maybe be a low-end starter in the league, a la a worse version Brock Purdy, Derek Carr, something like that. But I just don't think people see like the high-end tools.
Yeah, and there's outliers for sure, and I think that's what happens. And I think what you're probably talking about, like everything that you brought up here today, he was like, he broke ACC records. He elevated a team. I mean, you know how many quarterbacks that came in from the NFL that has elevated a team, that has brought their team to a champ at the college level and just hasn't taken it to the next level. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
It's a difference between college being the 0.1% and the NFL being the 0.00001%. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just think there's, and that's not the, I think, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Not anyone can do it, but maybe anyone can potentially do it at a collegiate level, which may sound harsh and ungrateful for some of those players, but
that doesn't mean that Kyle can't do it, by the way. And I think if any scout is honest with you, and if any Dynasty analyst is honest with you, quarterback is by far the most difficult position to scout. I mean,
I guess if that was the case, if that was the case, then everyone should have been like, if that's the case and you believe in Kyle McCord, then you must have really big conviction on Brock Purdy, and you probably would have taken him early in rookie drafts, or maybe you didn't.
I don't think anyone had conviction, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Right? Like,
but I think it's like the quarterback. There's so much like that is not on film that also goes into their success, their leadership ability, which you can talk to a coach, but most coaches are going to talk positively about their guy. You don't know how much they want it. Like Jaden Daniels shows up to the facility at 5 a.m. every day, and the man is on his free time putting on VR headsets to read coverages. Like that type of thing, you don't have in every prospect. Not everybody
Daniel Jones
is obsessed.
Daniel Jones
with that.
did that.
No,
Daniel Jones was in the office every morning, 6 o'clock, first one in, last one out. Look at the success.
No, if you're saying the office is his local McDonald's, sure. No, you're right. But it's the cerebral. It's these things that you can't monitor. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's it for today, guys. We appreciate you big time. DM me if you signed up on FastDraft. I want to make sure you get what we promised. And that's it for today.